All right, hey guys, hang on, give me a minute here and we'll get rolling. All right, reading a few things. I just wanted to get it started. Dry line. Modification, blah, blah, blah. All right. All right, guys, so we have 2 tornado warnings which are going at this point in time. And give me 1 second here. I'm going to move off the hanging cam so I can tuck my shirt in. All right, let's take a look at everything that's going on and then we'll get rolling here. All right, so we have 2 tornado warnings. This is Wilson and Woodson counties, southeastern parts of Kansas. So let's get a little closer look at this. I'm going to switch this over to velocity and we're going to zoom in here. Want to open. Okay, so let's take a look. Let me take off lightning here. All right, so we have 2 areas of rotation. One, which is pushing into southern parts of Woodson County right now. So we're looking at the green and the red, which are against each other. So that's where we have 1 tornado warning. And then our second one is just to the west of Fredonia. Both of these are moving northeast at about 25 miles per hour. So nothing on the ground. These are radar indicated at this point in time, but definitely you want to take shelter from this. Switch back here. And all right, Cody, can you hear me up there? You can? All right, let's do a cut in. Yeah, let's rock and roll. All right, guys, so I'm going to do a cut in, so I'm going to switch this to KOAM Air, so you'll see like programming for a few minutes.
I haven't lately. I've kind of moved on my life, and I don't mean to say it, so I don't mean for it to sound like that or however you feel, but I do think about you from time to time, but I have asked.
All right, guys, we got severe weather, which has been popping up across the region. We are looking at southeastern parts of Kansas. We're looking at Woodson and Wilson counties. We have 2 tornado warnings. So one is just southwest of Yates Center. This storm is moving northeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And then again, just south of that, we have another tornado warning just to the southwest of Fredonia. So these are popping up along our dry line. We're going to see 3 or 4 storms during the afternoon into the evening hours, but we do have that tornado threat. Now, neither one of these are on the ground. They are radar indicated, but you need to go ahead and take shelter, especially if you live in Yates Center, Fredonia, Neodache, northern parts of Wilson County, southern parts of Woodson County, as these storms continue to track toward the northeast. If you live in Chanute, you don't need to take shelter yet, but you need to keep your eyes on these storms as they are working off toward the north and to the east. So again, radar indicated tornado warnings. Need to take shelter. Woodson, Wilson counties over the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to continue to watch these. You can see the area of rotation. So we're looking at Fredonia. You can see the green and the red, and then the green and the red again just south of Yates Center. All right, guys, I'll keep you updated. For now, back to programming.
You have to be able to forgive to move on.
John Cotton Roofing. Don't wait till your roof is rotten. Call John Cotton.
move on. I have forgiven myself. That's why I'm able to move on. I haven't had a nervous breakdown, lost my mind, or anything else.
All right, so let's take a look here. Let me look at a couple things. I'll get back with you guys here shortly. Let's see. Looking at some pictures coming in, we definitely have a funnel cloud on the one just west of Fredonia, but nothing on the ground yet. There's a good chance it drops. So let's watch it. And look at a couple other things here. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's see here. Rick, he says no sirens in Yates Center yet. Yeah, the warning is like kind of right on your doorstep. I would think they would sound them pretty soon, but
Well, ask him if he's inside, because if he's inside, those sirens
yeah,
are to be heard inside.
that is true. If you are inside, sometimes you can't hear the sirens. They're meant to be heard outside. All right, Rick just said they went off. Okay, so that's good. All right, so tornado warning, southern parts of Woodson, and then we also have Wilson counties, southeastern parts of Kansas. So we're looking at Woodson County, which is Yates Center, so the southern half of the county is under a tornado warning. Again, I just looked at a picture that was about a minute old. Nothing's on the ground, but there is a funnel cloud. So this is heading northeast right into the south side of Yates Center. Still, the circulation is about 3 or 4 miles to your southwest. Also, back in Wilson County, we have a tornado warning. So this is west of Fredonia. Pretty good hail core as well, moving right across the county line. So tornado warning there. Let's change a few things up here. All right. Let's go in here. All right, so you can see this pretty good. So you can see our little hook, a little bit of an inflow notch. So we are looking just west of Fredonia. So I'd say 2 or 3 miles west of Fredonia. That's where the circulation is. Let's go north into Woodson County. A little messier, but we do have some indications of lowering, which is in southern parts of Woodson County at this point in time. So these two counties are our tornado warnings. We have a severe thunderstorm warning back across Elk County, southeastern Kansas, and we're kind of waiting to see what else fires up. You can see along the dry line we have some storms in northeastern Kansas, one little guy just to the west of Tulsa. So this is the area we really want to watch as we go through the next couple hours. We're not going to see many storms. We'll see these and maybe one more that pops up, but the chances of rotation is kind of high as we go through the evening hours. And remember, we have severe weather tomorrow, we have severe weather Sunday, and most likely we're going to have severe weather on Monday as well. So you need to definitely stay tuned through the week. And let me see here. Looking at a few warnings here. Give me a second as I kind of switch through things here. In Wilson County, west of Fredonia, we're getting 1.5 inch hail within that hail core. And then also southern parts of Woodson County, we're getting 1 inch hail. So the hail is pretty big. All right, let's go back to velocity here. All right, so you can see this pretty well. See right where the rotation is, 3 or 4 miles south of Yates Center, and then just to the west of Fredonia. So where you see the green and the red coming together. So it's kind of like a boat. You know, if you're a boating person, you see the green light when it's coming toward you. You see the red light when it's going away from you. And that's the very same thing on a radar as well. So those are our two areas of rotation. Again, nothing on the ground right now, but we definitely have funnel clouds. I'll go back to reflectivity. All right, let's see. So there's our little core just south of Yates Center, and then literally right on the northwest side of Fredonia. You see this little inflow notch. So if you're in Fredonia, definitely take shelter, especially on the northwest side of Fredonia. And then let's go into Woodson County. If you live in Yates Center, go ahead and take shelter just in case. Rotation is still 4 or 5 miles south of Yates Center, but moving off toward the north and to the east. All right, let me see latest warnings here. Let me look at a couple things real quick. All right. Let's see here. Vamos, we're going to go with that. Will Parsons be in danger? Yeah, everybody in the area has a threat for severe weather as we go through the evening hours. But again, there's only going to be about 2 or 3 storms that even pop up. So they're going to be very scattered. So majority of the area is not going to see anything, but the areas that do see something, it could be very severe. Let's see. Yeah, cloud cover has helped us out a little bit in the Joplin area. The clouds have broken up on the Kansas side, so that's why we're seeing the tornado warnings at this time. But once they get into southwestern Missouri, they may weaken just a bit. Let's see here, what do we got? Let me look at one thing here. Okay, so we have a tornado on the ground now, so that's why I just noticed, that's why I wanted to look. So see how you see the brighter red in southern parts of Woodson County? That is a radar indicated tornado. Then when you see the darker red, that is a tornado confirmed. So we're looking just west of Fredonia right now. We have a tornado on the ground. Let me switch this up real quick. Velocity, let's go to mean. Let's go back to velocity. All right, Cody, you up there, buddy? All right, let's switch back to the wall here. Give me about 15, 20 seconds.
Nebraska's getting hammered, Doug.
I know. All right, I'm going to switch this.
We're going to come back and talk about what post-traumatic stress is. You might be experiencing in your life. I think you have been in yours, and I want to talk about how to eliminate that from your existence. We'll be right back.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on.
I already got a pneumonia.
All right, guys, meteorologist Doug Heady. I want to keep you updated on severe weather. We have tornado warning, so we're looking just south of Yates Center, and then also just to the west of Fredonia. Cody, can you switch up Max 1 for me? Put Max 1 up, and we're going to look at our velocity here. So we're looking just south of Yates Center. See this little green highlighted area? So that is our tornado warning. This is a funnel cloud. But on the west side of Fredonia, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. So if you live on the west side of Fredonia, just north of Fredonia, you definitely need to take shelter at this point in time. So you can see that brighter green. So we do have a tornado on the ground that is moving off toward the north and to the east. It's going to clip right around Fredonia, so really the northwest side. So we're talking maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles northwest of Fredonia. But again, it is on the ground, so you need to take shelter. And then, of course, that little spot about 4 or 5 miles south of Yates Center, go ahead and take shelter as well. Both of these tornado warnings, both of them are moving northeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour, something we definitely want to keep our eyes on over the next couple hours. But again, in Wilson County, just to the west of Fredonia, we do have a tornado. It's a small one, but it's a tornado on the ground moving northeast. So it's clipping right on the northwest side of the town of Fredonia. We're going to have a couple additional storms popping up through the evening hours, so make sure you keep it here. We're going to keep you updated. We're also streaming on the KOAM YouTube page if you want to join in. And for now, back to broadcasting.
This weather alert is brought to you by John Cotton Roofing. Don't wait till your roof is rotten. Call John Cotton.
I'm here! They came for the cash. Isn't it fun to win money?
Yes, it is.
And they're getting...
Okay. Let me see if I see anything new. I can tell Lindsay's on Max 2. She's messing around with her computer.
Yeah, she's been on there for a while, messing around.
All right, we got storm chasers on the Wilson County. We got a video confirmed of the tornado. Let me see if I can see it. No, of course it doesn't post.
I saw the National Weather Service just extended that tornado warning until 4:30.
Yeah. Who in the world is calling me? Jesus. Okay. Let's go back here, guys. Let's take a look, see what's going on here. All right, so we still have our confirmed tornado. I'm watching the National Weather Service chat line, so I guess they have a video of it, but it's just northwest of Fredonia. You can kind of see the green and the red kind of coming together. There's not a whole bunch out there. Let's go back here. Reflectivity. All right, so our other tornado warning, so there's a new one for the eastern side of Woodson County. So we're getting it, so this is now about 3 or 4 miles southeast of Yates Center. So you can see this little bit of a notch. Again, its radar indicates not on the ground, but you see the darker red warning here in Wilson County. That is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is now due north of Fredonia. So this is pushing northeast at about 25 miles per hour. If you're in the little town of Roper, Buffalo, Kansas, go ahead and take shelter. Let's look a little farther north. Cookeville, you want to go ahead and take shelter. In Woodson County, these are small little towns. Iola, if you live in Iola, you want to watch this, as this is moving northeast. Also Humboldt and also Chanute. So you want to keep your eyes on these two storms that are pushing north to east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Let's see what else is out there. Little guys developing west of Tulsa. We got Nebraska's getting rocked right now. Large confirmed tornado north of Omaha. So we got a lot to watch as we go through the next few hours. Let's see here. Let me put this in storm mode here. Let's see. Brittany, we're only going to have 1 or 2 storms that pop up, so there's going to be a lot of us that don't see anything tonight. Tomorrow's going to be our bigger day, unfortunately. So right now, yeah, Joplin has a threat, but there's nothing that is moving in.
Hey, Lindsay just texted me. She saw something in the Wichita NWS chat that they got the confirmed for the northern storm on ground.
Let's see here. They may, but they haven't switched the warning yet. So let's see. It's Fredonia damaging.
Hey, let me know if we get anywhere close to Humboldt. I've got a source up there that might be able to send us pics and video.
Okay. We're still confirmed, just north of Fredonia.
Yeah, I don't see that dark ground. What you just popped up. God, I love you.
A lot of people are asking about Joplin, guys, again. So there's only going to be 2 or 3 storms that pop up this afternoon. So, I mean, the chances of one hitting Joplin, I mean, are lower than 50%. But the ones that do pop up, they are going to be severe. Let's see. Tomorrow's going to be the widespread severe weather day that we see it across the entire region. Today is just kind of isolated stuff. But again, we have a tornado warning southern parts of Woodson County. So this is kind of just east of Yates Center. The darker red is showing us a confirmed tornado just north of Fredonia. Let's see here. So you can see these cells moving northeast. We got additional ones developing west of Tulsa. We're going to want to watch these because these are going to slide into northeastern Oklahoma here in about an hour. So we need to watch northeastern Oklahoma right along the I-44 corridor. But you can see how this is not a line of storms. These are isolated guys. So we're not going to have many for us, but the ones that get going, they're going to be intense. All right, let's get a closer look here. You can see the storms are tracking off toward the north and to the east. So let's zoom in here. So here's our hail cores. So you can see the one just east of Yates Center is going to slide just north of Iola. And then the southern cell, Chanute and Humboldt, are going to be the areas that get affected. Tornado warning until 4:30 in Wilson County. Woodson County is until 4 p.m., which is 5 more minutes. So we'll see if that one continues. The rotation has been kind of weakening just a bit over the past couple hours. All right, let's get another look here. I go to now. We're going to switch this up here. All right, let's see here. Let's go to velocity. I want to take lightning off. Actually, I want to do one other thing here. There we go. The storm in Woodson County is weakened. So what's happened here is these two cells have kind of combined. So the southern cell is kind of sucking up all the energy of the northern cell. So I don't expect the tornado warning to continue across Woodson County, but Wilson County for sure. In fact, new warning just popped up. So let me get the latest on that. Let's see here. Well, it's just one cell right now. It's moving northeast at 30. So we have a confirmed tornado, spotter confirmed tornado. All right, so let's dig into this one because I'm not too worried about the Woodson County right now. A little more worried about the Wilson County. All right, let's switch over here. All right, let's go to velocity. Oh, yeah. All right, so confirmed tornado right now, just north and east of Fredonia. So you can see where the green and the red is. So it's a broad area of rotation, but this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Let's see here. Let's go back. I'm going to set up a couple graphics here because I'm going to do a cut in here, so give me a second. All right, so there. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Oh, come on. WSI wants to do an update right now. All right. I just denied it. I said, remind me tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Good old sweet time. Come on, computer. You got this. You can do this. Come on. There we go. Okay. We denied the update. And we're rolling again, I think. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, file save. Okay, let me set these up real quick, guys. And we'll go to that. And that. Okay, cool. All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick cut in on the TV side. And then I'll be right back with you, but you guys will be able to hear it. Oh, I gotta switch. Hang on. All right, Cody, you ready, man? Cool. I'm gonna switch you guys to KOAM
And
Oh,
on
bills, travel and clothing costs, and a false restraining order.
Order. All rise.
Now it's case number 425 on the count.
Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Heady. Want to keep you updated on the severe weather. Of course, tornado watch is in effect. You can see all the purple counties on the Kansas, the Oklahoma side. We have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, one just north of Fort Smith, Fayetteville into Benton County, and we have another one just to the west of Tulsa. And then in the red, we have two tornado warnings. So the lighter red is a radar indicated tornado. The darker red is a tornado that is on the ground. So we have these two cells which are moving north and east. We're not going to see a lot of cells as we go through the evening hours, but I really want to watch this cluster west of Tulsa as it pushes into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. But let's go ahead, let's zoom in. Let's take a look at these tornado warnings. So first off, you can see these cells are moving northeast at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. We have large hail in both of them. So we're looking at Woodson County, and here's Wilson County. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer. So here's where our rotation is. So this is a confirmed tornado on the ground just northeast of Fredonia. So we're looking about 2 miles northeast. You see this little magenta color, kind of purple color? That's where our tornado is on the ground. So Fredonia, it has passed by you, but if you live just northeast of Fredonia, you definitely need to take shelter. Let's see where this is going. So Buffalo, and then eventually we want to watch toward Chanute and Humboldt as these storms start to push in. But again, a confirmed tornado, northeastern parts of Wilson County in southeastern Kansas. Let's see what's going to happen as we go through the evening hours. So again, watching this cluster just west of Tulsa. Let's go ahead, and you can see these storms. So the one just west of Tulsa, let's back up. I didn't put any pauses on here, but watch this guy. So here's what our future model thinks. If you watch him, he moves right through southeastern Kansas. So we need to keep our eyes on that as we go through the next few hours. Keep it here. Also, we're live streaming on the KOAM YouTube if you want to tune in. For now, back to broadcasting.
This weather alert is brought to you by John Cotton Roofing. Don't wait till your roof is rotten. Call John Cotton.
Needed to be released to somebody's care?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so she would have to know from the prisoner that they...
All right, let me check in on new warnings. I'll go through a few questions here too. Britt, I don't have any makeup on. I can see my face is shiny and it's kind of driving me insane.
I didn't bring my purse. I don't have blotting with me. Sorry.
I gotta wear my manly makeup.
I'm pretty sure that your foundation costs more than mine does.
I use Arbonne. What do you use?
Sephora brand.
Okay, that means nothing to me.
How much do you pay per bottle?
Like $40.
Yeah, I pay half that.
Okay. All right, guys.
I'm also not in front of a camera every day.
That's true. I have oily skin though. All right, let's see here.
I've been blessed not to have that problem.
The Moss, we're gonna go with that. I just showed a future track, we'll show another one. I'll put some pause points in it. Guys, again, these are very isolated cells, so we're only gonna have about 2 or 3 that pop up all evening, but the areas that get them, you're gonna have that tornado threat. Other areas, you're not gonna see a drop of rain. Tomorrow's gonna be the widespread severe weather. Let's see here. Requested SPOWY? SPOWY? Yes, any cells that do pop up, they're going to be supercells. The darker red on the radar future suggests a tornado. No, it does not. It just suggests a hail core. So the future radar can't pick up on where a tornado is going to be. Let's see here. Chanute. Brittany, yeah, you guys need to, this is still about 20 minutes away, but if that tornado stays on the ground, you guys need to take shelter, but I'll keep you updated on that. I know, I just saw that. Let's see here. Let me get the latest warnings here. What is it, 405 right now? 403, let me expand that. Wilson County. Okay, so still confirmed tornado on the ground northeast of Fredonia. Also ping pong size hail, that's pretty big hail. Woodson County, so the one in Yates Center, that tornado warning has been canceled. So that is good as it's moving into Iola and Humboldt. But Chanute, you guys really need to pay attention now because this is rolling through northern parts of Wilson County, still on the ground. You can see the very pink hail core. So the small town of Benedict, so just southeast of you, and this is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Also interesting, another hail core has developed back to the northwest of Fredonia, which means this storm may be trying to recycle a little bit. But this is now a funnel cloud, so that's good. So the confirmed tornado has lifted, briefly at least. So we're going to continue to watch it. But Wilson County, 2 tornado warnings. So we're looking northeastern Wilson County, so it's this first pink core. Second pink core back to the northwest of Fredonia. So we have 2 rotating cells. So this whole cell, what happened here is the 2 combined, but the mesocyclone, meaning the rotating part, is still separated. So that's why we have 2 different tornado warnings. But the cells have combined. Kind of interesting.
Are you sure we don't want to send friends that way?
I think by the time friends got there, it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Because it's an hour away.
That's true. I haven't seen any damage reports out that way yet.
Really where I want friends, so guys, just so you know, we're going to put our storm tracker out there. I'm more concerned with what's going on west of Tulsa, because that's going to move into northeastern Oklahoma, and that's still about an hour away, so that's where I want to put friends.
I'm going to just let them know that.
Now, if you get any damage reports, let me know.
That's what Cal's working on for.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, guys, let me look through a few of the questions here. Terry, the one by Tulsa, that's the one I really want to watch as it moves into northeastern Oklahoma over the next hour or two. Guys, these are very isolated storms, so most of you are actually going to stay dry, but about 20 to 30% of you are going to have supercells, and of course those can produce tornadoes. Let's see here. Rachel, Iola, you guys have a storm moving in right now, but the tornado warning has lifted, so you're just getting a good thunderstorm, but we want to watch the ones just south of you. Alyssa, yeah, the ones in Tulsa, those, I'm keeping my eyes on those for northeastern Oklahoma, kind of going into southwestern Missouri. All right, let me check out warnings, and then we'll do a little bit more touring here on the radar. Let's see here, what's going on down here? My Lord. Cells strengthening west of Tulsa. There's another little guy now popping up just south of Bartlesville. Those are going to go. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting couple hours. All right, so nothing confirmed on the ground right now, but we still have 2 tornado warnings. Hey, friends, man. So I was thinking there's a big cell that's popping just to the west of Tulsa. It's going to push into northeastern Oklahoma, just so you know I'm streaming. So we're gonna, that's probably where I'm gonna put you, but not for another 45 minutes or an hour. And then we'll get you into that, because that guy right here, he's gonna go. So. Cool. Sweet. All right, so guys, you can see how isolated this is. Look at this. I mean, from Omaha, northeastern Kansas, then a big gap of nothing. There's the dry line. You can see it just south of the Manhattan radar. So these are ahead of the dry line, which means they're in the warm sector. That's why they're producing tornado warnings. But we're going to get additional ones that go along that dry line. Look at this. Oklahoma, now they're popping. All these guys, west of Tulsa, east of Oklahoma City, all those are going to move northeast right into the region as we go through the evening. We do have a tornado threat. At least a moderate tornado threat, so you guys want to pay attention as we go through the next couple hours. And then again, this is system number 1. This moves out tonight, and our second system moves in tomorrow, and we may even have a higher tornado threat tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. All right, so this is what we're watching right now. Nothing new on these 2. Let me show you where the rotation is. Switch a couple things up here. I don't like that. There we go. All right, let me do a little John Madden for you. Rotation 1 and rotation 2. So one just north of Fredonia, and then one that is in northeastern parts of Wilson County. Chanute, you guys need to start paying attention to the first one, as it is only about 10 miles to your west. Again, it's a radar indicated tornado, but it is radar indicated, so it can drop a tornado at any time. So this is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. The exact track right now would take it just north of Chanute and just south of Humboldt, so kind of in between. But I would go ahead and, if you guys have storm safes, go ahead and kind of get ready, because these are moving in. Let's switch back here. See, we got some pretty good hail on these too. All right, let's look at hail size. Look at the hail cores. So this first one is quarter size hail. So quarter to $50. Still pretty good hail. All right, so those are the 2 hail cores. So this is kind of interesting. All right, let me take this back in time. All right, this first cell that had the tornado warning, the confirmed tornado warning, is recycling now, and it's switching back to the second cell, which is north of Fredonia, which means most of the energy is shifting back toward the south and to the west, so we really want to watch that guy. The hail core has just picked up quite a bit. Yeah, a lot to watch. And then I'm really keeping my eyes down here. Cluster west of Tulsa, there's a guy popping up near Bartlesville. So he's firing up. Yeah, the one we need to watch this cluster big time in northeastern Oklahoma. We got new warnings firing. Let me see here. Let me check on new warnings here. Cluster near Tulsa has got 2-inch size hail, which is bigger than golf ball. That's kind of crazy. Okay. I looked through a few of your guys' comments. Yeah, Clint, you got to feed the dogs, man. Can't forget that. They get mad.
We did have someone asking if you could do a tour of the DMA and what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to here. We're going to jump on air.
Clint also had to go and quote Twister the movie at us.
Hey, I love Twister.
I know, right?
All right, guys. Let me put this in storm mode here. Then we'll do a complete little tour of what's going on. I'll get my graphics set up. Let's see here. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Okay. Cody, how you doing out there, buddy? Good, ready to go? Sweet. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to switch you over to KOAM Air. I'm going to do a cut-in real quick, and then, but you'll be able to see what's going on.
She sent me bus fare twice, and she sent me money between that 2 years, I'd say at least 10 times.
How much money, in addition to the bus fares, did you provide for him?
It was between $50 and $100 about every.
Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Heady. Want to keep you updated on the severe weather. Of course, tornado watches in effect. So this is southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Quite a few warnings. We've had this cluster of tornado warnings across Wilson County, and we have one in Woodson County. It's expired. And then severe thunderstorm warnings moving into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. So these are going to be very isolated as we go through the evening hours. So we're not going to have widespread thunderstorms. We're going to have one or two complexes that develop. But if you get stuck underneath them, we're going to have that tornado threat as we go through the evening hours. So we have this cluster, Wilson, Woodson County, and we have another cluster which is moving out of Tulsa into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. We have thunderstorms in our southeastern counties, but you can see these are tracking north and east at about 30 miles per hour, and we do have pretty good hail core northern parts of Wilson County. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So we have two cycling parts of this storm. So we have rotation on the northern side of this storm, but it is weakening as majority of it is shifting back toward the south and to the west. So I think our main area of rotation is now just a mile or two north of Fredonia. You can see this pink here. That's our hail core. So our inflow notch is just south of that hail core. So this is tracking north and east at about 30 miles per hour. So let's see where it's going. If you live in Chanute or Humboldt, you really want to pay attention to these storms that are rolling in over the next 15 to 20 minutes. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. And again, I really want to watch all this development down to the west of Tulsa as it continues to push in. All right, let's go through our future track. Here's 5:30, which is only about roughly an hour and a half from now. Supercells continuing to push through, but check this out. So here's our last guy at about 7, and then we're good for the rest of the night, but we have a big severe weather threat once again as we go into the daytime hours on Saturday, especially Saturday evening. Of course, I'm going to have the latest KOAM news tonight at 5 and 6. We're also streaming on the KOAM YouTube page if you want to join in. For now, back to broadcasting.
This weather alert is brought to you by John Cotton Roofing. Don't wait till your roof is rotten. Call John Cotton.
Who says you need to travel far away for an adventure this summer? Save your pennies and plan a staycation in Carthage, Missouri. See new sights and learn something new when you visit Route 66 roadside attractions, Precious Moments Chapel and Garden.
All righty. Emma, so Joplin, so again, these are very isolated cells, so we're only going to have about maybe 1, 2, or 3 that pop up. So a lot of us aren't going to see a drop of rain tonight. We just got to see where these pop up and where they track. So it's kind of hard to tell which towns are going to have storms tonight. Tomorrow will be much more widespread where everybody will get thunderstorms, but not tonight. These are just kind of hit and miss, but the hits are going to be big hits. Alrighty, let me check the latest warnings here. Okay, what time is it? 4:20, 4:16. All right, so I'm looking at a picture of the cell just north of Fredonia. So it's definitely got a lowering, a little bit of a funnel, but nothing on the ground right now. So that's why it's a radar indicated tornado, but I can tell from the picture it's recycling. So we want to watch that guy as it gets closer to Chanute. We're also getting 1.5 inch size hail, which is like ping pong size. So we're getting some pretty big hail within that cell. All right, let's go back here, take a look. Go to now. Really want to see what happens down here, guys. Bartlesville to Tulsa. Those are moving in. We need to watch them. This cluster is about ready to affect Chanute, Humboldt, Iola, and then we'll head toward the north and to the east. All right, let's change a few things up here. Okay. So this is interesting. So you see this first notch just to the west of the 75. So that's our lowering, but I think it's going to recycle and redevelop just northeast of Fredonia. So let's watch and see if that occurs. Let me take lightning off so you can see better. All right, so there's that notch. You see the green and the red, and then there's the recycling just to the northeast of Fredonia. So we still have 2 areas of rotation. That farther west one, that should become the dominant one over the next 10 minutes or so. And these are radar indicated, so they're not on the ground, but if that cell recycles, that will have a much higher chance of dropping a tornado. So that's kind of where we're at right now. 2 areas of rotation, nothing on the ground. We had one on the ground about 20 minutes ago, but it has lifted. So we want to see if this second one can recycle. If it can, it may drop on the ground. So that's why areas in Chanute, Humboldt, and Iola, you guys really need to pay attention to this. Switch this back. Yeah, pretty good size hail. All right, so let's look here ahead. These storms moving northeast, 25, 30 miles per hour. Let's see, we have, go back here. Where is that town? Okay, Benedict. Okay, so we have funnel cloud. I'm looking at the picture of it because we have storm chasers on it. So Benedict right here. So we have funnel cloud kind of right on top of Benedict. So right where that southwest cell is starting to recycle, and it looks like it's going to see how the hail cores are now kind of growing together. So something right close to that 75, that's where something is going to get going here over the next 5 minutes. So this cell is combined. It was 2 cells, it's combined into one, and now so it has the energy of both, and it's going to go here pretty soon, I bet. Chanute, Humboldt, Iola, pay attention. All right, so tornado warnings, Wilson County. Look at this. So now moving into northeastern Oklahoma, how you see the yellow box, which is a severe thunderstorm watch, or warning, I'm sorry. But in the orange, that is a tornado tag. So now this storm moving into northeastern Oklahoma is now starting to produce at least mid-level rotation. So look at these cells. You can see the general direction. There's not a lot of them. Most of us aren't going to see anything at all, but the areas that get stuck underneath one of these cells, you will have that tornado potential as we go through about the next 3 hours. So we have the cluster southeastern Kansas, the cluster just north of Tulsa, which is lifting into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Also big hail cores. We're getting 1 to 2 inch size hail, which is anywhere from quarter close to baseball size hail, so very big hail. We got tornado warnings, Wilson County, you got the hail core. Let's go into this. This cell is recycling right now just northeast of Fredonia, so I want to see, we have a funnel cloud on it, and that's why we have the tornado warnings, but we don't have anything on the ground right now, but that could change. So we'll watch it, we'll see. Hopefully it weakens and we can get rid of the tornado warning. And then we want to watch what's going on down here, just north of Tulsa, a little guy just northwest of Bartlesville also trying to pop up. So we want to watch all these cells because if you live in the Joplin area, the Miami, Carthage, Pittsburgh area, it's this cluster north of Tulsa that's going to affect the metro. It's not this cluster. But we'll see what else develops. All right, so you can see the storm south of Tulsa, all the way down to the west of McAllister. All these are moving north and east. Let's go through time. Isolated supercells. The next few hours, this is a future model, and the model is incorrect. It just kind of gives you an idea, but you can see the supercells kind of pushing through. Everything is out of here by 7, 8 o'clock. And then we look pretty good. We get about 24 hours of dryness until our next wave, which is going to give us severe weather tomorrow. In fact, I want to look at the latest on that too. Let's see here. Kind of in the same area tomorrow. We have a big tornado threat across central eastern Kansas, from Kansas City to Chanute to Tulsa to Oklahoma City, Joplin. We have a big tornado threat tomorrow. So this is going to be late tomorrow night. So it's just kind of day after day. I'm going to go back and look at some of your guys' comments. Let's see here. Hang on, give me a second. I closed the window on accident. Huh?
Good job.
Yeah.
Also, Lindsay is doing the Lord's work for us and responding to Facebook comments.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah. This was a question I was going to ask you earlier, Doug.
Uh-huh.
How strong is the cap?
Cap's broken.
The cap is officially broken.
Yeah, it's broke.
Okay.
It was fairly strong a couple hours ago. All right, let me look through here. Let's see here. A few comments, and then we'll go through everything again. Steve, Joy, Iola, Chanute. Yeah, you guys need to watch this very closely as it continues to push in. Let's see here.
Are we supposed to be seeing this blue square on your graphic?
The what?
Blue square.
Blue square.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the hail core.
Okay, just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure. I don't guess I've ever noticed it before.
Yeah, it's only on some graphics. All right, let's see here. Rebecca, Fort Scott. Yeah, we got to watch this cluster of storms. Let me keep going through here. Tyler, we need to watch the cluster west of Tulsa because that should come into the Joplin Metro if it can hold together. Same thing for northeastern parts of Oklahoma, southwest Missouri. The cap is weakening in the areas that don't have storms. The cap's broken along the dry line. That's why we have these storms. But just east of it, the cap is weakening.
There's Chanute, Humboldt, and Buffalo, officially.
In fact, I'm going to check that out too real quick. Let me look at the cap strength here. The cap will kind of take over again at about 8 or 9 p.m. So until about 8 or 9, these storms will go, and then the cap will take over and we're good for 24 hours until tomorrow afternoon, roughly. But again, we're just going to have these isolated storms that can rotate over the next couple hours. Most of us aren't going to see anything at all. All right, let's look at this guy again. So you can see the hail core. So we are looking now about 7 or 8 miles northeast of Fredonia, so very close to the town. So northeast of Benedict, east of Roper, Colfax. That's about where our rotation is. Buffalo, just south of Buffalo. Again, this is radar indicated. So we do have a funnel cloud, but nothing's on the ground. This is rolling in toward the west side of Chanute now and Humboldt. You guys want to start paying attention. Humboldt, you're probably getting some pretty heavy rain at this point in time as these storms continue to push in. Let's see here. Joy said sirens are going off in Chanute. Yeah, you guys are under the tornado warning. It's still just to the west of Chanute. Warning is until, I think, 5? Yeah. 5:30. Okay.
I might be wrong. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just reading whatever the actual weather service text says.
Let's see here. 429.
They've got tornado warnings down in Texas now, too.
Yeah. I'm looking at that right now. All right, guys, so we still have funnel clouds. So this is northeastern parts of Wilson County. So we're looking at Neosho County, too, is now under the tornado warning, and then southern parts of Allen County. So kind of Chanute, Iola. You can see this supercell. It's a monster. North of Fredonia, so near Buffalo, over toward the west side of Chanute. But if you live in Chanute and Humboldt, go ahead and take shelter. Be safe, even though the rotation is still about 5 or 6 miles to your west. But you never want to take a chance. I'm looking at pictures. We do have a pretty defined funnel cloud, but again, that can drop at any point in time. Let's go ahead and look at the velocity real quick. And let me Let's switch a couple things up. Nope, don't like that. All right, here it is. See how the rain, green and red coming together. So we're looking at the small town of Colfax. So that's right where the rotation is. So that is roughly 5 miles, 6 miles west of Chanute. Moving northeast, so let's keep our eyes on it. Again, nothing on the ground right now, but enough to warrant a tornado warning with a funnel cloud. All right, let's go back to reflectivity. Take that off, back to here. Let's see what else is going on. Now, the storms are really flaring up west of Tulsa. So this cluster, this supercell, is going to move in southern parts of Newata County and western parts of Craig County here over the next 20 minutes. And then we want to watch where it goes, because if it stays on its course, it will affect Oswego, Columbus, Joplin, Pittsburgh over the next hour or so. And there's a couple other cells south of that as well. Extreme southwest Missouri, you guys are looking pretty good because you still have the thunderstorms from this morning. So by the time these supercells get into that environment, once they get in southwestern Missouri, they'll weaken very quickly because these storms hung out quite a while. So our biggest tornado threat over the next 3 hours is going to be Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, into the metro, and then past the metro, that's when it really starts to weaken. So we want to watch this. Again, there's only 2 cells right now. We may only have 2 storms the entire evening, but again, they're going to be tornado producers. Let's see. All right, let's look at this guy again. So Chanute, your sirens should be going off. I bet they're going off in Humboldt as well. The area of rotation is still 3 or 4 miles to the west of Chanute, but it is moving in. Let me see here if I have anything new. When the tornado was on the ground, National Weather Service is saying that there was some damage in northern Wilson County.
Northern Wilson County?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unconfirmed report of a house demolished.
Oh, shoot.
So that just came across like 3 minutes ago. Again, we still have funnel clouds, still watching pictures. We have some storm chasers out on it. So nothing on the ground right now, but again, can drop a tornado at any time. That's why we got the tornado warning into Chanute and Humboldt. What's up?
They just said northern Wilson County, nothing more specific.
Yeah, it just said Wilson County Dispatch.
Okay.
Says, da 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 da.
That's fine.
Look at a couple other things, guys. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Oh, it's gone now.
Your water is sitting over there.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me look at a few of the comments. All right, guys, so we only have these 2 cells. This one across Wilson, Woodson County. The other one is down just north of Tulsa that we want to watch pushing in. But that's about all we're going to see tonight are these 2 cells. They're going to push through, but they are going to have the tornado potential over the next couple hours. So if you're in line of those cells, you definitely want to pay attention. Sirens going off in Chanute. They should be. Brittany, don't freak out, but go ahead and take some shelter because you are in Chanute. But there's nothing on the ground right now. Let's see here. So again, if you guys live in Chanute, go ahead and find that safe spot, whether it's a bathroom, bathtub. But again, this is a radar confirmed tornado, meaning we have a funnel cloud, but it's not like confirmed on the ground. So that is relatively good news right now, but I'm still watching it. Let's see here. Looking through a few more of your comments.
We got possible video of the one from south of Fredonia.
Where'd that come through?
It's someone commented on our Facebook page.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to Stacey real quick.
Yeah, you're fine. All right, guys, so we're really watching the storms near Tulsa as well, moving northeast at 35. They're moving into an environment in northeastern parts of Oklahoma that is going to be favorable to rotate. So we want to watch that very closely. In line would be kind of Cherokee County, Crawford County, Jasper County, where the metro is. And we want to watch that cluster as it moves in. Let's see here. And then the storms a little bit farther south are more in a, what do we want to call it? Kind of a more stable environment. So moving through Berry County, Cassville over toward Eagle Rock, Table Rock Lake. Yeah, you're getting showers and thunderstorms, but the severe potential is lower. Our biggest severe potential, let me show you here, over the next.
Do you have a quick second?
Yeah, what's up?
Stacey wants your verification on this sucker.
So inside the circle, that's where our biggest severe potential is. What's this?
This is that video from south of Fredonia. Hold on, I mean, I stopped playing by now.
I'm so scared of AI nowadays.
I know.
It looks real.
Someone else posted pictures that looked very similar.
Okay, then yeah, we're gonna. There was a confirmed tornado.
Yeah.
So and that would be about the right size. So we're gonna call that authentic.
Okay.
But AI scares me now.
It scares the crap out of me too. Stacey, are you in there?
All right, guys. So inside the circle along the I-44 corridor and north, that is where the greatest threat for severe weather is going to be over the next couple hours. Again, let's zoom in here. Chanute, go ahead, take shelter. Let's look at rotation here. All right, so this is a broad circulation, which is good. That's good news. You want a broad circulation. Let me look here. 440, latest warning. Okay, so we're still getting, see that little splotch of green here just to the east of Colfax? That's where our funnel cloud is. Again, it's not on the ground right now, but if you live in Chanute and if you live up toward Humboldt, go ahead and take shelter because this can drop a tornado and this cell has had the history of a tornado on the ground. But right now, this is still just a funnel cloud, which obviously is better than a tornado. Okay, let's switch back here. All right, so we're looking latest scan. So now just on the northwest side of Chanute, that's where this rotation is. It is a confirmed funnel cloud. Nothing on the ground right now. But go ahead and take shelter. Just be safe. We're also getting ping pong size hail in this little purple area, which is obviously going to do some damage. This cell is moving north and east. The rotation part of the cell will stay south of Iola. So Iola, you're going to be more in the heavy rain, hail core over the next 30 minutes. La Harpe, you're going to be a little bit closer, also Moran, a little bit closer to the rotation side of the cell. Bronson, Ellsmore, you guys need to kind of be in line next. Uniontown, just watch as the cell pushes in over the next 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so back toward Tulsa, we still have this supercell. It's moving into a very favorable environment as it gets closer toward Veneta and Miami. I mean, it's very unstable there. So right now it's a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado tag, meaning possible mid-level, low-level rotation, but still, we need to watch it as it gets closer to Veneta, Miami, as that wouldn't be surprised if it tried to rotate. Let me get the latest on that. So this cell it's reorganizing right now. Yeah. They can use it. I don't even have a show put together. I don't even have a 10-day made. Yeah. Let's see, water. Alrighty, guys. So the cell, again, if you're just jumping on, we're not going to have many thunderstorms tonight. We may only have 2. It may only be this cluster and then this cluster north of Tulsa. But if you're in the line of those storms, they definitely have the potential to rotate. Still have tornado warning, so now we are looking, moving right into Chanute now. So if you live in Chanute, go ahead and take shelter. Again, this is a funnel cloud, but it can drop at any time. But if you live in Chanute, go ahead and take shelter, as the rotation is about 2 miles to the west of downtown Chanute. Humboldt, you guys are kind of in the hail core, and Stark, Elsmore, Uniontown, you guys want to start paying attention now as the cell heads a little bit farther toward the east. And then we're watching this guy moving into northeastern Oklahoma as the air mass in Craig County and Ottawa County and Cherokee County is extremely unstable. So we really want to watch that as it gets a little bit into that more favorable environment. Let's see here. Look at a couple more things. Looking at a picture on the west side of Chanute right now. Still a funnel cloud. Very dark clouds too. But funnel cloud, not on the ground, but funnel. Let's see here. Okie dokie. Hang with me 1 second. All right, let's go through a few comments and then we'll go back and tour again. Desiree, yes, the storm in Oklahoma is heading toward the Joplin Metro. We'll see if it hangs together, but we want to watch it. It's still an hour and 15 minutes away, but it is moving into a favorable environment, so we want to watch it over the next hour or so. Let's see here. I don't know how do you say his name? Is it Shamas? Seamus. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, the cap is weakening in northeastern Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, so very favorable environment for that cell moving out of Tulsa. Okay, so we got hail in Humboldt. We got the tornado warning on the west side of Chanute. It is a funnel. I'm looking at a picture of it right now. Iola, you are more kind of in the hail core, just heavy rain. The rotation will stay south of Iola, which is good. Columbus, yeah, we want to watch this. About an hour out from watching that supercell just north of Tulsa, so we want to keep our eyes on that. Again, guys, there's only a couple cells, and this is all we're going to see today. We're going to have like 2 storms. You just don't want to be in line of those storms. All right, so let's go through this again here. I'm just glancing through comments here. Brittany, Chanute, you guys have about another 20 minutes and then you'll be in the clear. All right, so let's take a look again. So this afternoon, so all the big storms are kind of Springfield, Branson, east. We're not seeing much severe weather. This is the batch we had this morning. This stabilized the Missouri side. Now the unstable side is the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. New severe thunderstorm warning. Now this is for Nowata County. This goes until 5:30. This is for large hail. Upwards of ping pong size hail as this supercell is growing toward the north and to the east. I'll back it up. You can see it expanding. I'm also seeing a little cell just south Coffeyville. So we want to watch this because this is going to push in to southeastern Kansas over the next hour. Still have a tornado warning. I just looked at a picture. It is a funnel cloud. We are not seeing a tornado on the ground, but this is moving right on the northwest side of Chanute. So if you live in Chanute, still take shelter for about the next 7 or 8 minutes, and then you guys will be in the clear. But there is not one on the ground, but it has the potential to drop one at any point in time. So just stay in your shelter, bathroom, bathtub, safe, wherever you go for the next 7 or 8 minutes, and then Chanute, I'll be able to clear you. Let's see here. Let me look at the latest warning. It's very close to the Chanute airport right now is where the funnel is. Okay, let me look at a couple other things. I want to look on the Tulsa storm here. Cool. All right, so again, yeah, just hang tight, dude. We're gonna watch those cells moving in from Tulsa. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure Stacy looks at him. So, cool. Let's see. This cell's recycling a little bit. Let me rewind this a little bit. Yeah, so you see this tail back south of Buffalo. So in the pink is your hail core. It'll be interesting to see if something develops on the back side of this cell as it pushes east of Chanute. So Ellsmore, Moran, definitely Stark. Pay attention. But again, still tornado warning, so very close to the Chanute airport right now. Funnel cloud, nothing on the ground, still stay in your shelter, just listen along. Better safe than sorry. But this is moving on the northern side of Chanute. Chanute, I'll be able to clear you here in about 3 or 4 minutes. But we do want to watch these other guys. So look at this. Now we're seeing other storms trying to go. One just south of Yates Center is trying to go. Just south of Fredonia is trying to go. So we got a lot to watch. And then we got the supercell coming out of Tulsa, moving into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Very, very unstable air mass. I hate to say it, but we're in a perfect air mass for tornadoes today. And we will be again tomorrow evening. So that is something to keep in the back of your mind. We got a severe threat today. We have a severe threat tomorrow. We have a severe threat on Sunday. Right now, severe thunderstorm warnings, Craig County and Nowata County. Tornado warnings still, northern parts of Neosho County and southern parts of Allen County. Hail core, we're getting ping pong size hail south of Iola. South of Humboldt is where the biggest hail core is. And then still getting some rotation on the northeast side of Chanute. It's a funnel cloud. Let me see if I see any new pictures on it. We got a lot of storm chasers out there. Is it an HP? Yes. I have a cord over here if you want it. Oh, that I don't know. What's up, man? Top of the swish? Yeah. I don't even have my shirt tucked in. Jeez. Well, I halfway tucked it in. All right. I got to put a tie on too.
Here, I'll bring your tie over in a second.
Yeah, and I'm OCD. I hate when my undershirt is not straight. Drives me insane. All right, hang on, guys. I got to put a tie on real quick.
I could say that you don't have to.
True. I like to look professional. Okay, so new tornado warning. Let's take a look here. So now this is Ellesmere, Moran. You guys are in the new tornado warning. Let's see. Let me get the latest on this. We got ping pong size hail. It sparked. Those outlets are like 75 years old.
70, the building's only been here, well, maybe 71, 72.
Yeah. All right, so again, still we have a radar indicated tornado. I'm going to put my mic down so when I put my tie on, so sorry if it gets a little crazy. Let's see. Nope. I gotta put the cleavage knot. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let me put my jacket back on and we'll get going again. Okay, guys. We're about ready to start the 5 o'clock news. That's why I had to put the tie on. All right, so tornado warning right now. We're still looking southern parts of Allen County, so this is southeast of Iola. Chanute people, you guys are in the clear. The rotation is off to your northeast now. You still have this cell, but the rotation part is now east of Chanute. So if you live in Chanute proper and you have been taking shelter, you're okay to come out now. Thanks, Tanya. Swisher. Okay.
Hey, is this tornado warning for Moran, Kansas?
Uh-huh.
Is that an extension of the one for Chanute?
Yeah, it's the same cell.
Okay.
It's still holding a funnel cloud. So I'm having friends hang tight because I want to see what rolls out of Tulsa, because I'm a little concerned to see what moves into the metro here.
I didn't know if you needed to start heading a certain direction so
No.
closer to 6 o'clock.
Let me know how far out of the swish we are.
How far out? Oh, we're like 3.5 minutes.
Oh, so we're fine. All right, let's look at this cluster. Moving into northeastern Oklahoma, severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me back this up a little bit. So we have this cell, it's kind of splitting in northeastern Oklahoma. So we got separate supercells. We got another one. Yeah, we got to really watch these as they move into a very favorable environment. Let's look back in southeastern Kansas. Over the past hour, you can see the movement north and east. The cell south of Iola has actually strengthened a little bit over the past couple ticks. Another cell is developing on the backside just south of Yates Center. So we want to watch it, but again, if you live in Moran or Ellesmere, go ahead and take shelter. This is the rotation is just south of Humboldt. Humboldt, you are technically in the rotation clear part of the storm, but Moran and Ellesmere, go ahead and take shelter. Let me see if I see any. Chanute is now in the clear, yes. Getting a pretty good, I just saw a picture of it, getting pretty good wall cloud, but it doesn't really look like a funnel cloud anymore, so that's good. Let's see.
2 minutes out.
back this up. So tornado warnings, thunderstorms, good. Cluster here, cluster there. I move this. I'm trying to set up my graphics, guys, so you guys are just kind of working along with me. Set that up. Set these guys up. And then set this up. Okie dokie. And how far out from the swish are we? Okay. All right, guys, so we're about ready to start the 5 o'clock news. I'm going to keep you guys streaming so you guys can watch it from here or on TV, whichever one you want to do. But I'll be switching back and forth between the broadcast of what's actually going on, just so you guys know, because we're going into a newscast. But I'm going to stay on streaming so you guys can watch it from here if you want. You'll just be able to hear everything that's going on the TV. NLCM, I kind of tucked my shirt in, man. I got it. Let's see here.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's like a generation in TV time. All right, I'll get over there. All right, guys, so
15.
I'm going to switch this to on air, and you will see me in just 1 second.
Stream KOAM News Now on the TV app, available for iOS and Android.
Now at 5, severe thunderstorms are rolling through the region. I'm going to have the latest on that coming up.
Plus, we'll check out flooding issues impacting the city of Miami and how the city of Miami is trying to make up for a loss of revenue at the municipal pool.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We are keeping an eye on some storm systems working through the area. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach, and we're going to go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heady for the latest.
Yeah, we're not going to have widespread severe weather tonight. We just have a couple cells which are popping up. The ones that are popping up are going to be very powerful and are going to have the chances to rotate or produce a tornado. We've already had one confirmed tornado back across northern parts of Wilson County. Even a little bit of damage has been reported. We still have a tornado warning, so this is northern parts of Neosho and southern parts of Allen County. And then we have another cluster, which are severe thunderstorm warnings moving into Nowata and also Craig County. So we want to watch these. These are all really firing up along a dry line, but you can see a second cell just south of Yates Center. I really want to see what these two guys do as they push off toward the north and to the east. It's a little bit more stable once you get south of I-44, but you can see the track. So here are the hail cores northeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Let's zoom in to this cell. This is south of Iola. Now we're still getting rotation, I'd say about 4 or 5 miles southeast of Humboldt. I just saw a picture of it. It's a lowering, it's a wall cloud, but nothing on the ground right now. But still, you want to take shelter if you live just southeast of Humboldt. And if you live in Moran or Elsmore, you definitely want to keep your eyes on this cell. Very big hail core. We're getting ping pong size hail in this cell. If you live in Chanute, you're now in the clear of this cell. Let's track a little farther south. Severe thunderstorm warnings working into Nowata County, also into Craig County. For the Joplin Metro and Pittsburgh too, we want to watch these because these are going to push into an environment that is very unstable. Northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern parts of Kansas. So those cells, as they push in, will have the chance to rotate. So we need to pay attention as we go through the next few hours. After 8 o'clock tonight, we're good. Severe threat returns tomorrow. We'll have more details here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. And check out this video of the storm sent to us by Sarah Wilson. She says it comes from the south edge of Fredonia, Kansas. Now, if you have photos or videos from these storms, send them to the KOAM Facebook page. Well, the rain got so heavy in parts of the area, it flooded roads. One driver near Carthage didn't heed the barricades, warning of high water, and needed to be rescued. The driver was uninjured, but was ticketed since driving around such barricades is illegal. The car will remain there until the water. City officials across the 4 states are preparing for potential flooding throughout this weekend. Officials in Miami say they're expecting to see rising water levels in the area. The city is known to experience flooding. Miami officials say they're expecting the Neosho River to potentially rise by 16 to 21 feet.
So you do have some low line. This cell's recycling a little bit. All right, guys, we're in the newscast, so we'll talk to you guys when Tanya is not talking. Let me get the latest warnings, get right back to you guys.
Tonight at 6, we'll have more details on how officials across the 4 states are working to keep you safe. The city of Miami is looking at future plans for the municipal swimming pool at Riverview Park. The pool was built in the 1930s and was relined 2 years ago for $200,000. Regular flooding of the park has also caused damage to the pool and its pumps, costing the city thousands of dollars every year. City Council approved a plan to increase admission prices to make up some of the cost.
The party to go. We brought our party. All right, guys. So I still have the radar up, so we're in the 5 o'clock news, but I'm still streaming. I have my mic on, so you should be able to hear me. I'm actually going to put a little bit of manly makeup on because I'm OCD and my skin is oily. Still have the tornado warning, southern parts of Allen County that we are keeping our eyes on. Right now it is a lowering. It's not anything on the ground, but still, if you live in Elsmore or Moran, you want to go ahead and take shelter. I am watching the cells coming out of the Tulsa area very closely because those are going to affect Pittsburgh and then into possibly the Joplin metro. All right, welcome back to the studio. All right, I got to be quiet for a minute. Huh? I'm good. All right, guys, so we're still looking at a tornado warning. If you live in Elsmore, take shelter. Big hail core. Looks like it's going to pass in between Moran and Elsmore. We're looking at ping pong size hail, maybe even bigger than that, maybe golf ball. But very strong hail core. Let's look at the velocities here, see what's going on. Okay, there's our rotation right there. So see the green and the red. So road says Delaware Road. I'm going to assume it's just north of that. So this is about 2 miles northwest of Elsmore. Elsmore, Moran, or in between. Take shelter. Also Bronson.
We'll be right back.
All right, so you can see this red dot here. So this is actually literally going to track along Highway 59 in between Moran and Elsmore. It is still lowering. It's had a funnel cloud on it. There's nothing on the ground right now, but still want to watch it very closely. I'm looking at a new picture of it.
Do you need to go live anywhere in this people? We didn't tease anything just in case.
I'll do a quick update at the top of the beef. All right, so this is going to go right between Moran and Elsmore over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Let me switch it back here. I'm going to do a quick update at the top here. Let's see here. Okay. Hang on, guys. I'm rearranging graphics real quick. All right, cool. All right, guys. So if you guys are on the stream here, I'm going to do a quick update here at the top of our B block in the newscast, which is in about 20 seconds. So I'll switch you over to the programming, and you'll be able to see that, and then I'll come back to you guys. So
15 seconds?
I got about 15 seconds, so hang on. Let's switch it. Yeah, I'm going to the wall. All right. I'm going to switch you guys now. All right, guys, I wanted to give you an update on our severe weather, still tornado warning. So this is southern parts of Allen County. So we are looking between Elsmore and Moran. You can see this hail core. So this is ping pong upwards to golf ball size hail, which is going to push right between Moran and Elsmore. But we still have a lowering about 2 or 3 miles west of Elsmore. So if you live in Moran, Elsmore, go ahead and take shelter as this storm passes by over the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'll have a whole bunch more details of what's going to happen here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Topping today's Health Watch, a study of bivalent COVID vaccines found they are effective at controlling the spread of the virus. A study in Brazil found the bivalent vaccine, which targets multiple strains of COVID, boosted the immune response and was more effective than only target one strain. It's estimated that 1 in 10 Americans has valvular heart disease, but it is often missed during a routine exam. The stethoscope using artificial intelligence is helping doctors detect valve problems before they become more serious. Dr. Miller Commercial has more. 74-year-old
I'm trying to quickly build a couple graphics. I'm going to do my full weather here in about 5 minutes. So we'll be talking kind of about tomorrow too here shortly, but I'm trying to build some graphics real quick. I didn't even build an extended forecast. All right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting tomorrow. My gosh. Coming in, here's 7 p.m. tomorrow. Jeez. Wow.
But this new stethoscope and this new technology is changing that. It's called an AI-enhanced.
Let's take that off. Let's take the graph off. Let's go just to her. I know I'm talking to the mic, guys. I'm just talking to myself. Give me a second. What's up? No, it is going to rain like no other tomorrow night. All right, guys, I'll give you a full update here shortly. We'll talk about okay. I'll give you guys a full update here shortly, so just bear with me. All right, Bourbon County tornado warning. This Fort Scott area. Let's take a look.
That's a look at today's health news. A little later, we'll check out a retirement party for a Columbus, Kansas health worker after 30 years of service.
And we're going to be covering all of our severe weather coming up next. Why isn't any of that on?
What?
All of the. Yeah. I know my weather ones are, but like the one pole there is not on. Over here. All right, guys. So we have tornado warning new now. This is Bourbon County, Uniontown. So Elsmore, you still want to take shelter. The rotation is staying south of Moran. This is moving into Uniontown. If you live in Uniontown, go ahead and take shelter. Fort Scott, you guys are in line next as this is pushing into Bourbon County. We still have these 2 monster cells, which are split now, which is kind of interesting. Northeastern Oklahoma, new guys popped up just to the west of J. Actually, that's a wind turbine. All right, so I'm going to have the latest here in 1 minute. I'm going to do kind of the full forecast, and we'll talk about everything. We'll go into the weekend as well, and we'll track all these storms. So hang tight with me for 1 minute, and then we will track everything that's happening and what's going to happen this weekend. What's up, Kale? All right, how far out are we?
15 seconds.
All right, guys, so I'm going to switch you to KOAM Air, and I'm going to walk to the wall here. We're going to knock out some weather.
Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here.
Well, of course, we're dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Severe weather has been ongoing for the past couple hours, mainly on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, and that's where we have a tornado watch in effect. So this is southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma, in the purple. This is our tornado watch, and it does include Bates County just north of Nevada. In the yellow, these are severe thunderstorm warnings, northeastern Oklahoma. A new tornado warning now. This is for Bourbon County on the Kansas side, so including Fort Scott, Uniontown. Those are the areas that are kind of under the gun. So the setup today is supercells. So we had morning storms pushing east, and then we have a dry line back toward the west. So along that dry line, we're getting these individual supercells which are popping up. We're not going to have a lot of storms, but if you're stuck underneath one of these guys, they are going to have the chance to rotate. So we're watching this one very closely, and then these two guys down across northeastern parts of Oklahoma as they push into southeastern Kansas and also the metro. Let's go ahead and take a tour. You can see the little blue diamonds. Those are our storm tracks of the direction these storms are going, and our hail core. So here's the hail core. Looks like the heaviest hail is going to push right on the north side of Fort Scott. Let's go a little bit farther south. We have a hail core pushing into Lebec County, and then right on top of Veneta, and then eventually into Ottawa County. Let's look at this cell. This is our tornado warning. There's a lot of storm chasers on it, so I'm getting pictures of it. And right now it's a lowering, a wall cloud, funnel cloud, nothing on the ground. But this did produce a tornado back farther toward the west and northern parts of Wilson County. You can see in the purple, this is our hail core. Ellsmore, here's Moran, here's Uniontown. Hail core is going to push on the north side of Uniontown, and our rotation now is on the east side of Ellsmore. So this is pushing east, northeast. So if you live in Fort Scott, if you live in the small town of Freedom, even up toward Pleasanton, you kind of want to watch this cell as it continues to push east. Uniontown, go ahead and take shelter. Fort Scott, get close to taking shelter. Again, it's a funnel cloud. Nothing on the ground, but still it could produce a tornado on the ground. Let's go back here. Let's go back a couple slides here. And then these cells, the environment's a little bit more unstable here and here in northeastern Oklahoma. So we want to watch those two guys very closely. And looks like south side of Tulsa, another one has developed as well. So a lot to watch as we go through the next few hours. Plus severe weather sticks around as we go through the weekend. All we got to do is get through the next couple hours. By 7 p.m., we look pretty good. We're going to calm down. Most of tomorrow is going to be dry. It's actually going to be a pretty nice day until we get into the afternoon hours. Then watch the supercells. Here we go again. So we're looking 3, 4 p.m., Kansas to Oklahoma side. These are going to be much more widespread tomorrow. High severe weather threat as these guys push in. The main threat's going to be hail, wind, and tornadoes. So we're looking at 7 p.m. Saturday evening. Storms continue through the evening. This is going to be a very long severe weather event, lasting 7, 8, 9 hours. Here's 10 p.m. tomorrow evening. Intense storms from Parsons all the way down toward Nowata, pushing through the metro. We're after midnight now, so we're into early Sunday morning. And then finally, our severe threat drops by 3 or 4 o'clock on Sunday morning. Bad news is it returns on Sunday afternoon as well. So we got a ton to watch as we go through the next couple days. But as of right now, we're mainly watching this guy, which is still a funnel cloud, but enough to warrant a tornado warning. Elsmore over toward Fort Scott. Make sure you take shelter.
All right. A lot to keep track of right now, that's for sure.
It is.
All right. And you're doing a great job.
Well,
Thanks,
thank
Doug. All right. Well, a Columbus woman is retiring after spending 50 years in the medical field. 30 of those years she spent at Mercy Hospital of Columbus.
Friends all came out to attend and celebrate Marilyn Thompson's retirement.
All right, guys, so we got a kind of a quick overview. I will go through some of you guys' comments here in a second. I want to get some water, so I'm going to set up the radar here.
Do you want to go on all next block?
No, not the next block, because I just did a full coverage thingy. All right, got to get some water. My mouth is dry. I've had a migraine all day. When I take my migraine meds, my mouth dries out. Parsons is good right now. Okay, let's see here.
Man, I wish the stuff for tomorrow would like move through faster.
I know.
So what time are you here tomorrow?
Tomorrow's kind of like from 3 p.m. until probably 3 a.m. So long haul. Okay. Let's see if I see any new warnings here, guys, real quickly, and then I'll go through some questions. Ooh, ping pong size hail moving into Bourbon County. Okay, let's see here. J-tag, no, it's not a confirmed tornado on the ground, it's a confirmed funnel cloud. Crystal, yeah, we had those two separate cells in northeastern Oklahoma. The one that is moving through Nowata County has actually ticked down a little bit. We'll see if it picks back up. I think that is mainly due to development on the backside near South Coffeyville. So we'll watch that. The southern cell is a little more organized right now, moving toward Veneta.
30 seconds.
Let's see here. Glancing through comments. Hang on.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, TikTok's Chinese parent company said it will not sell the social media platform as a United States ban looms. ByteDance denied plans to sell after reports surfaced it was exploring the sale of TikTok's U.S. business without the algorithm that recommends videos to users. This is the first official response from the Beijing-based company on the issue since President Joe Biden signed a bill that could lead to a nationwide ban. TikTok's CEO said the company would fight in the courts to stay online in the U.S. Federal safety regulators are looking into whether Tesla has done enough to address issues with its self-driving feature. Elon Musk, all-electric car company, issued a massive recall to fix a reported safety threat posed by its autopilot software. Tesla's AutoSteer is meant to be used with a fully attentive driver. The recall applied to essentially all the Teslas on roads in the U.S. From water to sports drinks, beverage companies are adding healthy ingredients and promising to do more than quench your thirst. Now, the same idea is being served up behind the bar. Lee reports.
All of these herbs, spices, and mushrooms.
Let's look at this guy. Man, that is good rotation right now. So we're looking just northwest of Uniontown. Very strong rotation. I'm looking at a picture, and it's a very defined funnel cloud. It's still not on the ground. It did produce a tornado with confirmed damage in northern parts of Wilson County. But right now we're looking, so you see where the red and the green come together. So you see the brighter green and then the red. So in between Bronson and Uniontown, that is where our rotation is. Here's even more evident here. Let me look at the correlation coefficients real quick. Yeah, so you see this area of lowered reflectivity on the correlation coefficient, and then you got the higher reflectivity. So that's right where rotation is. So in between Moran and Uniontown. Let's take a look back here. We want to watch the cells that pushes toward Veneta. This guy is greatly weakening. Let's switch him back. This back guy is developing. Backside of Coffeyville. So the one moving into southern parts of Labette has weakened, which is good. We have one guy who's popping east of Fredonia. Of course, the monster supercell west of Fort Scott. And then this cell southwest of Veneta is strengthening a little bit. So I'm going to watch that. Another guy's going east of Tulsa. So a lot to watch. But again, we only have 2 or 3 more hours on this. Let me check the latest warnings. So how much time do I have here?
Right now you have, we're 20 lights, so you have 40, but you can have another 30 if you wanted.
I'll just take whatever. You just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
It's just a matter of, you need to drop the kicker if you want more time.
Yeah, drop the kicker.
Okay,
Yeah.
drop the kicker.
Kicker is drop, man. All right, let's see here. Let me look at the latest.
Talk about stellar cannibalism.
About what?
Stellar cannibalism. Something about a nebula, something that the Hubble telescope saw that's like eating something else in outer space.
What?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys a complete update here shortly. Give me a second. So is it just popping out to me or not?
No, I do the 6 preview and then you'll have the rest
Okay,
of it.
cool.
Do you want to be at the wall or over here? Or?
No, I'll just talk over here. It's fine. And just pull graphics on top of me.
You can talk over graphics. Are you going to still join me for the close?
No, I'm going to stay over here.
He doesn't want to get
I don't want to stand by you. Are you kidding me? You're too tall. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll give you guys a full update here. East. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so we're going to do a little tour here in just a second. Give me 1 second. We're going to let Tanya talk for a second, do a 6 o'clock preview, and then we're going to go to me.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman goes on the road with 2 police officers and their incredible connection beyond the badge. And then on KOAM News at 6, we'll have more on the flooding issues impacting Issues impacting Miami in the wake of all this rain. Plus, a local church hosts its carrying closet surplus sale. And Pitt State hosts its spring football game. We're going to check it out. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Doug has a final look at the weather.
All right, so we still have a tornado warning. This is Bourbon County, so this is Fort Scott area, and then out to the west, Uniontown. Our rotation, I've been looking at pictures. We have storm trackers on it, storm chasers, and right now it is a pretty defined funnel cloud. It's not on the ground, but it can drop on the ground. If you live in Uniontown, go ahead and take shelter. Fort Scott, keep your eyes on this guy. Also, another guy is building behind it, which is kind of interesting, near Iola. We have another little guy that has popped up east of Fredonia, and then we have a cluster northeastern parts of Oklahoma. All this is pushing northeast. So if these guys in northeastern Oklahoma can get going, like really intensify, I mean, they're already severe, but I mean, really intensify, we need to really keep our eyes on the Pittsburgh, Joplin, Neosho, Miami, Carthage, the metro area over the next hour or so. But the main concern right now is our strongest cell moving into western parts of Bourbon County. So Fort Scott, Uniontown, go ahead and take shelter. Plus, we have more severe weather tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm going to have the latest on that on KOAM News at 6.
All right, thanks, Doug. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. And we'll see you then. Have a great evening.
All right, so you do go ahead and do this. Just say we'll have severe weather coverage because I need to take care of this. The tease thingy. What do they call it? 6 preview? Do you ever do one? When we have severe weather, I usually, I want you to do it. Because I'm streaming. Yeah. To where? The KOAM Facebook?
No, it's in our email. You may forward it to you.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm ready for this.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm not even going to look at it, to be honest. I'll look at it. So.
You're too sloppy with everything else. That system down by Tulsa, is it just me or is it taking its sweet time?
It's taking its sweet time.
Okay.
It's getting a little bit undercut by the dry line, so. The one southwest of Bonita is strengthening. Sure, we can call it a handful. It's a handful of storms.
Yes. Tomorrow or Sunday is going to be worse.
Sunday is going to be very similar to what. Hang on.
Doug is tracking a handful of severe storms across the 4 states. We'll have the latest tonight on the KOAM News at 6.
Tomorrow's going to be widespread severe weather, so it will affect more people tomorrow. Sunday is going to be very similar to what we're seeing today, just isolated supercells.
But chances for tornado damage and stuff.
Yes.
Tomorrow night.
And Sunday. All right, guys. I'm answering a couple questions. Give me 1 second. Then we'll go through everything. Okay, let's see here. Yep, Vanita's under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also, these two guys, let's see here, southern parts of Lebec County has picked up just a bit. So let's take a tour, let's see what's going on. All right, let's go back here. Right now, our warnings are tornado warning across Bourbon County, so this is Fort Scott area. In the purple, we have tornado watches in effect. We'll see if something fires off on the Missouri side as these storms push farther east from the dry line. So here's what's happening. Instead of these storms like driving through here, let me draw for you. So we have a dry line or like a cold front that is out between Wichita and Bartlesville. Ooh, thanks, Tanya. I like coffee. So it's got like a hazelnutty.
Creme brulee.
It's what?
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Yes, like a dessert.
That's like fancy stuff. Okay, so what's going on, guys? We got this cold front that is out in our western counties, or dry line. Now, usually the front drives through the area, so it drives all the severe weather through Kansas, Oklahoma, into Missouri. The front is now stalling, and it's actually going to retreat back toward the west. So that's why when the storms get into southwestern Missouri, we'll have a weakening trend because they're so far away from the front. But because that front is retreating toward the west, that sets us up for severe weather tomorrow. Let me get the updated warning on the Bourbon County here. A new update just came out. Let me look. Okay, so Vernon, St. Clair County, you guys are going to be included in the tornado watch. Let's see here. Also, yeah, so our watch till 9. Okay, so we got storms that are kind of firing up. So like I just mentioned, we have that front dry line or cold front. It's a wind shift line is pretty much the bottom line out across our western counties. So the storms are firing along that dry line, but because that dry line is going to start to retreat back toward the west, the storms and the dry line will start to separate, which will allow the storms to weaken. So that's why we only have severe threat for the next couple hours. But you can see them, they're still firing along that dry line in southeastern Kansas. So once all these storms get into Missouri, they will start to weaken, but we will have that tornado threat as we go through the next couple hours. New tornado warning now, Craig County. So this is the cluster that I've been wanting to watch as it moves toward the metro. So now we have a tornado warning. So in Oklahoma, so 2 tornado warnings across the region. Let's see here. I want to go down to the Oklahoma one. Let's go back. Come on, computer. Come on. Uh-oh, I think I made it really mad. Oh, there it is. Okay, it likes me again. All right, tornado warning now. So this is northeast Oklahoma. This does include Veneta. Tornado warning as this cell rolls right along the I-44 corridor. So if you now live in Ottawa County, Miami, Fairland, Veneta, you want to really watch this cell as it starts to head toward you over the next 20 to 30 minutes. And again, if this cluster can hold together, it will move into the metro here in about an hour and 15 minutes. So let me get the latest on that tornado warning because I haven't seen anything new on that. Let's see here. It's moving northeast at 40. We got $half size hail. Radar indicated rotation. We do have a lowering, but nothing on the ground. But obviously the cell is strengthening, so we want to watch it. All right, so we got tornado warning, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. These 2 guys have kind of strengthened a little bit too. Let's back up about 30 minutes. Okay, so we have the cell move northern parts of Nowata County. It weakens, and it's pretty much gone west of Oswego. But then near Coffeyville, we have a cell that is popping up. So we want to watch this guy as well because he's a standalone supercell. The one south of Chanute is moving. So it tried to pop up just east of Fredonia, and then it's moving into the outflow of this supercell, and it just kind of peters out. So a few showers around Chanute, and then we still have the tornado warning just northwest of Fort Scott. Let's pull out the handy dandy velocity here. And then I'll go look at some of you guys' questions here. See that bright green here? Just northwest of Fort Scott. Switch here. Look at this. There's our rotation. Again, I'm watching pictures on this with storm chasers. It is still a funnel cloud. It did at one time drop a tornado in northern Wilson County with some damage. But right now, it's been just kind of a solidified funnel cloud for a couple counties, but still it can drop a tornado at any time. So this is going to pass a few miles north of Fort Scott, but it's going to cross over 69 highway here in about 5 or 6 minutes. Uniontown, you guys are in the clear now of the rotation part of the storm. You can see on the reflectivity, pretty good hook. Look at that inflow. So very close to the little town of Devon and Berlin, so nice little hook there. So this cell, let me back it up a little bit. It's strengthened. So when it kind of cycled once it hit Uniontown, so had a really good rotation moving into Bourbon County, and then recycled, and now it's producing a nice hook. So that is a strengthening cell as it moves just northwest of Fort Scott. So if you live on the north side of Fort Scott or a few miles north of Fort Scott or northwest, go ahead and take shelter, as that is a strengthening storm. All right, let's tour back south here. All right, let's go south. Little guy in Coffeyville. Here's our tornado warning. So this is eventually going to move into Craig County. Let's look at him. You see, there's where the hook was, right here. Hooked out. And then it's still holding something just southwest of Chelsea. Most likely it's going to recycle. But this cell is strengthening, so this is becoming a nasty supercell. Moving into southern parts of Craig County. Nasty, nasty supercell. Hail course picking up. Let's look at the lightning in it. Oh, yeah, a lot of lightning. Okay. All right, so Veneta area, you guys want to watch this cell as this tornado warning starts to head in your direction. The little guy south of Independence, he may have a shot because he's developing where there haven't been storms before, meaning in the past couple hours. So he may have a shot. What's up, friends? I'm just going to have you hang tight. We're going to see what this guy does in northeast Oklahoma. Nice, nice. So this guy in southern parts of Montgomery County, he may have a shot to go because, let's see, from Fredonia, Chanute, Iola, the atmosphere's overworked. We already had the supercell. This guy's along I-44. So the guy south of Independence, he may have a shot to go just because he's in an area that hasn't had storms yet. All right, let's look at some comments here. There we go. Okay, let's see here, guys. Let me scroll up a little bit. Stevie, Coffeyville. Yeah, you have that little cell right on top of you right now. It's not severe. It's just a little guy, but he may strengthen as it pushes east of Coffeyville. Let's see here. Oswego. Again, these are very scattered cells, guys, so they're not going to hit everybody, but the areas that do get hit, they're going to be pretty intense. Oswego, yeah. Anybody who hasn't had rain, just keep an eye to the sky, pretty much, is the bottom line. Haley, the storm in Fort Scott will pass north of Nevada. What was that? Oh. No, I'm good. Thank you. I got my, what is it, creme brulee coffee. I'm all bougie right now. All right, so Haley, this storm is going to stay north of Nevada. It's going to pass just north of Nevada. Let me scroll down here. Britt Stack, she's been answering a ton of questions. She's my news director. She always digs in, helps me out, which I'm very thankful for. Let's see here. Barton County, nothing's heading toward you right now. But again, we need to watch this. Yeah, I saw Christina, I saw Reed was in Kansas City earlier. I don't know where Reed's at now. He's all over the place. You know how Reed Timmer is. Let's see, Clint says he's watching a chaser up in Omaha. I know southeast Nebraska is the prime spot for tornadoes today, and look at that. So you can see a tornado emergency here just northeast of Omaha. So that's, yeah, they're getting walloped. All right. Let's see here. Stevie says, smells that coffee. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, so we'll do a full tour here of everything that is going on. Let me look at the latest warnings, see if anything new has come out. Our Craig County storm, still funnel cloud, ping pong size hail. Let's check our Bourbon County. We are still looking at funnel cloud. All right, so both storms are producing funnel clouds at this point in time. Thankfully, there's nothing on the ground at this moment, but we want to watch it. Let me look at the latest short-range, high-res model real quick, just to see what good old HER model. It's the HRRR, high-resolution rapid refresh. I call it the HER. It's easier. All right, let's see here. Oh, come on, open up.
Holy crap.
What?
Video out of Omaha.
Oh, it looks like Omaha, east side of Omaha's got like a big boy on the ground.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's that one from earlier. This was where it was crossing I-80.
Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, kind of short range models. So again, let me draw the front. So technically it's a dry line. So in a sense, we have a boundary. So we'll call it a wind shift line. Okay. So it is out across western Kansas, and it has stalled now, and it's starting to retreat slowly back toward the west. And because it retreats back toward the west, that is going to be our focus mechanism for severe weather again tomorrow. But it's sitting right in southeastern Kansas right now, but it has stalled on moving east. So what's going on now is these cells in the front are starting to separate. So the cells lose their lift. So they're going to stay very powerful for the next hour or so, but as they separate from that front and get farther away, so once they get in southwestern Missouri, they're going to be too far from the front, they're going to lose their lift, and they're going to die. So I think our severe threat is going to be done here by 7, maybe 7:30. But until then, we have that threat. We only have 2 cells. Well, we'll call it 2 1/4 because we have this little guy in southern parts of right on top of Coffeyville. But I mean, he's just a little guy, and it looks like he's kind of dying. So we really just have 2 cells, and that's what I've been talking about the past couple days. This is not going to be a widespread outbreak, but the ones that do blow up, they're going to be intense. So still tornado warning, Bourbon County tornado warning, Craig County. Let's call this severe threat over in about an hour and a half. The one in Craig County is heading toward the Joplin Metro, but again, as I just mentioned, it's separating from the front. So it should, at some point in time here in an hour or so, once it gets about 100 miles from the front, it will start to weaken. So that's why I think these cells pushing in southwest Missouri, they will start to weaken. Also, they're driving into a very a little bit more stable environment. See all the rain over towards Springfield, east of Springfield. It's cloudy, it's cool over there, so a much more stable environment. But we need to watch these guys for the next hour, hour and a half. All right, let's do a tour. Let's see what's going on. Whoa. Yo.
Do you want friends to move towards the south one?
No, I want him to hang right here for now.
Where do you think this stuff will be at 6 in your main weather?
Not much different. They're not flying. They're a little
That's why I didn't know if you
yeah.
wanted to use him for a shot.
They're turtle storms right now.
You wanted to use him in your shot.
It'll be closer to Miami by then, but yeah, I just kind of want him to hang tight, and we'll just see when this gets into Ottawa County, what it does. Hey, will you get me some more of that fantastic creme brulee?
I know, I already finished my cup too.
Here, let me take down the rest. Thank you.
And they're listening to you in there, so we can hear you when you talk about it.
All right. So tornado warning, Bourbon County, tornado warning in Craig County. We have 2 cells, we have 2 tornado warnings, so very favorable environment for tornadoes for now, for about the next hour or so. And then that environment, once they get into the southwestern Missouri, will start to dissipate. And then we look pretty good for the rest of the night. But let's look at these 2 cells moving northeast. They're just kind of slowly cruising like a Sunday cruise at about 30 miles per hour. Thanks, Tanya. So just kind of cruising along at about 30 miles per hour. We did have, so the northern cell that's in northern Bourbon County did produce a tornado. We've seen pictures of it. Produced a tornado in northern parts of Wilson County. It was a smaller tornado. It looked like an EF1. EF2, but it did do a little bit of damage. So we know these storms have the potential to drop a tornado. Right now, these are radar indicated tornadoes, meaning the radar is picking up on the rotation within the storm, or dual pole radars, but we're not seeing anything on the ground. Today was a pretty hyped day. This whole system's pretty hyped today, tomorrow, Sunday, so we have a lot of storm chasers out there. So I'm getting a lot of pictures of what exactly is going on, which is great. But as of right now, we aren't seeing anything on the ground. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's look at the news here. I'm reading, sorry guys. Hang on. Okay. All right, so you can see the hail tracks on the radar. So these storms are moving kind of east, northeast. But again, they're kind of crawling at about 30 miles per hour. We got a new little guy that popped up near Chanute. When did he pop up? Oh, he's been kind of trying to hang along, but he's got some pea-sized hail in him. So a little guy between Iola and Chanute, non-severe. Here's our tornado warning. So we're looking in northern parts of Bourbon County, very large hail. Ping-ponged golf ball size hail. New warning just came out. So the northern parts of Vernon County. So we're moving into Missouri now. So we're talking from Nevada north to Rich Hill. Let's zoom in here. So this goes through the I-49 corridor. So it's a lot of country out there, but between Nevada and also Rich Hill. All right, so let's look at this cell and see what he is doing. I want to get the latest on that warning. What's up, Ron?
Hey, didn't know if you noticed or not, I gave you some extra weather time.
Cool.
First weather and full weather bill had extra time.
Okay. To be honest, during 5, I didn't even look at the clock. I just talked until yeah. Hey, good coffee, man.
It's Friday.
It's Friday coffee. I like it. All right, guys, so let's look at this new tornado warning. So you can see the hail core. So it's crossing right across 69 highway right now. Let's zoom in a little bit closer for you. I'm going to change up the... Okay. Man, look at this hook. Nice looking hook. So the good looking hook passing right across 69 highway. So that is right where our area of rotation is. Let me zoom out. So we're talking probably 5 or 6 miles north of Fort Scott. That is what has prompted the new warning, northern parts of Vernon County. It's a lot of country out here, but still we have some small towns. Metz, Henry, Reinhardt, Horton, Arthur, Hammond, Richards. Go ahead and take shelter. That is a pretty nice little area of rotation that is working off toward the east. Let's look at the velocities on this. Oh, there's your tornado right here. So where the red and the green are meeting up, right on 69 highway. So yeah, so it's now passed by 69 highway, about ready to work into Vernon County. Let's go south. Let's look at this guy. He's disorganized, but still has some rotation with it. It's very broad, but you can see it's just west of Veneta. But this whole cluster is heading toward the Joplin Metro, so we want to watch it. All right, let me go back here. Huh? Fort Scott is clear.
You are not in the swish.
We do have a couple cells behind it that are developing, but
You were off the top, but not in the swish. I'm going to say it.
I'm not swishing? Okay.
I will say you are.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, let me go back a bit. All right, so let's go back 30 minutes. Here's 30 minutes ago. See the cells popping up behind it? So these are popping up along the outflow. So, you know, when thunderstorms come in, you get that gust of cooler air. So that's kind of like an outflow or like a little cold front. So the outflow boundary is producing other storms. So that's why we're getting that second storm near Bronson, also the northern one just north of Chanute. Yeah. Yeah, we have a good little hooking back there.
2 minutes out.
Okay, let's go down south. This guy pushing into Veneta is strengthening. Hail core has picked up just a bit over the past scan or two. Again, I think once these storms get really deep in southwestern Missouri, they're just going to fall apart. They're too far from the front and it's too stable, but we still have at least another hour to go where the unstable environment is still kind of taking over a bit. This coffee is good. I feel so bougie. Really? Well,
Walmart brand, you know, what is that, Equate?
isn't that always save, equate? Yeah, generic.
Yeah, it's the generic, it's the store brand, but it's the flavor that you're getting.
The flavor's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, so a little thunderstorm popping up now between Chanute and Humboldt. Still our tornado warning. Fort Scott, you are in the clear, but this is very shortly going to be passing into Vernon County. Let's see where you can see the little hook here. So west of Henry, so this is right along the state line now of Kansas and Missouri. So if you live toward Metz, in between Nevada and Rich Hill, go ahead and take shelter, as this has the capability of producing a tornado at any time.
Severe weather brings flooding and even some tornadoes to the 4 states. Doug has the latest on what comes next. And Jasper County authorities rescue a driver from flooded waters. KOAM News at 6 is next.
All right, just let me know how far out we are.
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. All right, guys, so we're going into the 6 o'clock newscast, but I'll keep you guys streaming. I'll be switching back and forth, kind of on air and then streaming.
My second element of the switch is a SOT, so you can tell them that you're switching over there.
Okay. Setting up my graphics here.
Because you'll be on the wall off the top of the show.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And I do have that video of the Fredonia funnel that we had.
Okay, cool.
Right after you.
Cool. All right, so hang tight, guys, and I'll give you an overview.
15 seconds. Good stuff. Stand by. Now at 6, round 1, brought heavy rains to our area. Doug Heady has the latest on what to expect from the next rounds. Plus,
officials across the 4-state area are preparing for any potential flooding concerns. We'll have that story coming up.
And Jasper County authorities make a water rescue, then ticket the driver.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We're keeping an eye on some storm systems working through the area. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heady joins us with a first look.
All right, so we've had a couple supercells that have been affecting the area over the past few hours, and we do have a couple tornado warnings. So one across northern parts of Vernon County, and then one across Craig County in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. You can see kind of the general motion. So this one in northern Vernon County is pushing east, northeast at about 30 miles per hour. We're not going to see a whole bunch more. So there's a cold front in our western counties, and it's actually trying to retreat back toward the west. So the farther these storms separate from that front, these guys will start to weaken, but they're still going to stay very strong over the next hour or so. This one's heading toward the metro. This one is going to pass by just north of Nevada, but also very large hail. We're seeing ping pong, upwards of golf ball size hail within these storms. You can see the tornado markers. This one, we have a lot of storm chasers on it, so it's a confirmed funnel right now. The rotation is passing into western parts of Vernon County. So here's Nevada, the town of Metz. Need to go ahead and take shelter, but it looks like the rotation will pass in between Nevada and Rich Hill, a little bit closer to Rich Hill. Let's drop south. Here's southern parts of Craig County, very distinct hail core. Again, just west, just southwest of Veneta. Still has rotation. It is tracking northeast, eventually into Ottawa County. So we want to watch this also very closely as well. I'm going to have a full breakdown because we have big severe weather potential again tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm going to have the breakdown for you here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Now check out this video of the storm sent to us by Sarah Wilson. She says it comes from the south edge of Fredonia, Kansas. If you have photos or videos from these storms, you can send them to the KOAM Facebook page. City officials across the 4 states are preparing for potential flooding this weekend. KOAM's Samantha Walker met with 2 different departments to learn what they're doing to keep people safe.
The water of the Neosho River is rising, and Miami city officials.
All right, guys, so I'm going to do a full breakdown of the entire weekend here in a minute. So hang with me. We're watching the radar. I'm going to set up a couple little graphics here because I haven't put anything together. I've been streaming for the past few hours. Let's see here. That's day 2. Let me see. Day 1. Where's day 1? Day 1, day 1, day 1. There's day 1. Let's move you over here. Come on, man. There we go. All right, so I'm setting up a few graphics, and just because we're going to get into the weather section, I want to talk about tomorrow as well, because tomorrow's potentially a very big day. Severe weather. So there's our severe threat for tomorrow. It's a level 3 out of 5. All right, so put that guy in there. Let's see this one. And then we'll go back to the radar, and I'll let you guys know everything that's going on. Level 2 out of 5. Okay, cool.
Reporting in the 4 states, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Miami officials say they expect the water to continue to rise and have flooding concerns through Monday. They say they'll be on high alert until they see it start to go down. The water is and has been rising and falling fast in Crawford County with the predicted weather ahead. There are many potential hazards already
Hang with me,
present
guys.
and upcoming, even more so in the case of rural routes. KDOT says heavy rains makes marking rural routes more difficult due to the potential of cones washed away. Trees are also very headed now with saturated root systems that can easily fall with strong winds. KDOT or the Crawford County Sheriff's Office can be reached in the case of an emergency. Kansas Governor Lord Kelly issued a state of disaster emergency for threat of severe storms. The governor issued a verbal state of disaster just after noon today due to severe weather that will impact the state beginning today, continuing into Sunday. This declaration activates the Kansas Response Plan and the ability to expedite state agency assistance to communities in need. There's also water rescue today in Jasper County. Carthage Fire responded to an incident on CR 180 at Spring River, just northwest of the city. And authorities say a vehicle drove past barriers across the flooded road. The driver managed to stop on dry land, but had to call 911 as the vehicle was surrounded by floodwaters. The driver was rescued and ticketed for moving and driving around the barricades. Authorities say the car will remain there until floodwaters recede. Pitt State kicks off the annual spring game. Brock Baldridge has more on the gridiron tradition coming up in sports. But first, the city of Miami approves a plan to increase admission prices at the public pool. We'll explain.
All right, guys, so we still have our tornado warning moving into western parts of Vernon County. The rotation's picked up a little bit still. I mean, we do have storm trackers on both of our cells, so I'm getting able to see what's going on in the sky as well. And both of these, well, yeah, I'll probably start at the top again, like I did at 5. So this rotation now is just to the west of Metz, the little town of Metz, and is going to be approaching the I-49 corridor shortly. But there is not a tornado on the ground. Now, this is kind of interesting. Behind it, you can see 2 supercells trying to grow along the outflow boundary of that cell. So we're going to have to watch those. There's even a guy just to the north. So a cluster here, and then we got a cluster down here. This is in southern Craig County, so just northwest of Veneta. Still also holding some rotation. This is kind of a lowering, kind of like a wall cloud, so we aren't seeing a funnel with it. But this cell is tracking through Craig County and eventually into Ottawa County, and then we'll see if it holds together as it approaches the Joplin Metro over the next hour or so. So that's it right now, those two cells. I'm going to do a quick little update here. How far out are we? How far out are we?
1 minute.
Thank you.
And they're planning on you at the top.
At the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do a quick little update here shortly. All right, guys, so
30 seconds.
I'm going to do a full little update here, about a minute update, but I'm going to do it on the wall. So I'm going to switch you guys over to on-air programming, and then I will
drawings on April 13th and 27th. Plus, win thousands of bonus drawing entries into the grand finale. On each drawing night, one lucky player will score a CF Moto U-Force UTV. Only at Riverbend Casino Hotel in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
Hey guys, I want to give you an update on our severe weather that we have ongoing. Still tornado warning, northern parts of Vernon County and then also in Craig County. Both cells are moving east, northeast at about 30, 35 miles per hour. So this one, if it can hold together, will actually push into the metro over the next couple hours. But right now we don't have a tornado on the ground. We have had one earlier in northern parts of Wilson County, but still very defined features. Northern parts of Vernon County and even some cells developing on the back side back into Allen County and northern parts of Neosho. And then we have this cluster which is moving northeast right along the I-44 corridor. Now, they're going to stay strong for the next hour or so, and then we'll see a general weakening, and let's say after about 7 p.m. Of course, I'm going to have the full forecast for you here in just a bit. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Doug. The city of Miami is looking at future plans for the municipal swimming pool at Riverview Park. The pool was built in the 1930s and was relined 2 years ago for $200,000. Regular flooding of the park, though, has caused damage to the pool and its pumps, costing the city thousands of dollars every year. City Council has now approved a plan. And the Ottawa County Arts Festival gets ready to welcome visitors back to Miami. This year's event, formerly known as Mural Fest 66, will feature circus and street performers, live music, a kids' depot, and of course, those famous murals. The name has changed. The celebration of the arts remains the same. A little later, the Chiefs make their mark on the NFL draft this season. Broadcast that story and more in sports.
Plus, we're going to go over our severe weather chances that we have tonight into the weekend coming up next. All right, guys, so we're going to do a full forecast here. So I'm going to break down what's going to happen tomorrow and Sunday here shortly. Oh, okay, cool. All right, let me set up a couple graphics, then we'll knock this out. What are you doing?
Dancing to the
Jeez.
Sorry.
They do that when we have a tornado potential. I'm going to assume they are doing that because of the cell riding up the I-44 corridor.
They're just being proactive. They don't want to do what Furkage did last time around.
Nobody told us about it.
All right, let's look here.
I was on the phone, so I couldn't tell me sorry. Same phone.
Yeah, let's look down here. It's Craig County cell. Strengthens, weakens, strengthens, weakens, strengthens, weakens, strengthens, weakens. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Right now we're on a weakening trend. How far out am I? Okay. All right, guys, so I'm going to do the full forecast. We're going to talk about severe weather tonight and severe weather potential over the weekend. We're going to start this here in about 20 seconds, so hang tight. Strengthen, weaken, strengthen, weakens.
15 seconds.
All right, going to switch guys to KOAM Air.
Sits atop the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, home of Connect-A-Culture and Spivus Center for the Arts.
Hey guys, of course we've been tracking severe weather across the region over the past couple hours, and we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. I got to fix my mic here real quick because it keeps falling off, so if it gets a... All right, we're done with that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the storms that we have right now. Of course, we have a tornado watch in effect. So a sliver of Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma. I do not expect, at least right now, a watch to pop out in southwestern Missouri, because the storms will start to weaken, but we'll see if a few counties are added. You can see our warnings. So we have a tornado warning northern parts of Vernon County. As we look in the northeastern parts of Oklahoma, we have a tornado warning in Craig County. Then we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Ottawa County, but the reason it's orange is it has a tornado tag, meaning the storm has some rotation right now, thinking it's going to weaken, but still kind of tag it just in case. So we're going to watch both of those. But look at these storms. So what's going on? We have a front in our western counties that has now started to retreat, meaning it's heading back toward Wichita. So the farther apart the front and the storms get, the storms don't like it. They like to hang out near the front. So they're going to start to weaken as they get into Missouri. But still, we're going to have severe weather over the next 1, maybe 2 hours. And then we get a break all the way until tomorrow afternoon. But we can see this cluster across Bourbon and Vernon County, and then this cluster in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Let's take a tour. Let's get in a little bit closer for you. We do have some pretty good hail. We've had ping pong upwards to golf ball size hail. Here's our warning. So we are looking, so here's the I-49 corridor, Rich Hill, Nevada. Rotation is right about where that arrow is. So it's about 2 miles to the west of the I-49 interstate. So it's going to pass I-49 shortly. At the same time, and again, I've been watching this. They have storm trackers on it. This is a funnel cloud. It's been a funnel cloud for about the past hour. It did previously drop a tornado in northern parts of Wilson County. We do have this cell, which has now developed a hail core just back to the west. So this cell is kind of putting out an outflow boundary, meaning kind of like a front. So we're getting some thunderstorms that are firing along that. So we're going to watch this guy. We're going to watch this guy too that is starting to develop just to the north of Ellsmore. All right, let's drop south. This cell can't figure out what it wants to do. It strengthens, weakens, strengthens, weakens. It is just north of Veneta. It's in a weakening trend right now, but severe thunderstorm warning for Ottawa County, kind of trending downward. Again, it's getting so far from that front that I was saying it was retreating toward Wichita. It's having a hard time. So this is good news though, the weakening trend, because it's in line for the Joplin Metro. But if it continues to weaken, we're not really going to have to worry about it, but we're going to watch it. All right, severe threat tomorrow, level 3 out of 5, especially on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. Tomorrow's going to be widespread. Tonight's just a cell here, cell here. Tomorrow is going to be widespread across the region. Let's go to Sunday. Severe threat, level 2 out of 5, so very active this weekend. You want to stay definitely prepared as we go through the next couple days. Let me jump into Saturday afternoon real quick. So we're going to go through the day. Most of the day is going to be dry. Supercells develop again. Western counties push in, and we're going to have a tornado threat again, especially on the Kansas and Oklahoma side. But these are going to be widespread, very heavy amounts of rain as these push through as we go into tomorrow evening, and then again on Sunday as well. So a lot to watch. Again, severe threat tonight sticks around for about the next hour or two, and then severe threat returns tomorrow after 3.
All right, a lot to keep an eye on, that's for sure. But you know, it's nice to see the systems that are going on right now are starting to weaken.
Yeah,
so
they're going to have that trend.
That's very good. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, Connect Christian Church hosted its biannual Caring Closet surplus sale today. Shoppers could take advantage of clothing in all sizes, toys, houseware items, baby items. Still ahead, we take a closer look at the newest member of the Kansas City Chiefs. And we'll hear from his state head coach Tom Anthony ahead of the Gorillas spring game tonight. All that and more next.
All right, guys, let me get the latest warnings. Brock, I think I tore a little bit into your time.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. All right, guys, let me get the latest warnings, and then I will get you guys updated. Let's see, the cell in northeastern Oklahoma, it is dying very quickly, so that's good news. Let me get the latest on the northern cell. Look at the latest northern cell. It is closer to the front, so 611. All right, so nothing new. All right, so let's take a little bit of a tour. We're going to start sports here shortly, so I'll have to shut up for a minute. All right, so only kind of 2 clusters of storms. I think an overall weakening trend as they push into Missouri because, again, they're farther from the front, but still we have some very intense storms. Still a tornado warning, so we're looking at Vernon County. Let me switch up the radar here a little bit. All right, so still, rotation's kind of messy. Very messy. All right, so we're still getting some mid-level rotation. I mean, about ready to pass I-49. So we're looking at where these two come together. All right, guys, I'm going to have to be quiet for a few, but I'm going to play around on the radar. Sports is going to start real quick.
Well, tonight is the annual spring game for the Pitt State football team. The Gorillas get to hit the field in front of their home crowd for the first time since November. Well, the biggest difference in this year's spring game is new Pitt State head coach Tom Anthony. Gorillas hired Anthony this past offseason to replace former head coach Brian Wright. And well, tonight is Coach Anthony's first opportunity to show the fan what his team's been working on thus far into his tenure.
I think the biggest thing, quality in this.
All right, so we still have pretty good rotation. Still has a lowering on it. Haven't seen a funnel cloud on it for a while, so that's good. But nasty looking storm still. And still has half dollar size hail. This guy's really strengthened behind it.
Well, the Missouri Southern Lions baseball team begins their final weekend series of the regular season. Now Southern hits the road for one of the best teams in the country for a big top 10 matchup. Well, in Warrensburg this afternoon, Missouri Southern loses a tough one. Lions try to rally back into this one, but it's not enough. MSSU loses this game 7-4. Drew Townsend with the solo home run this game. Southern back at it for game 2 tomorrow afternoon. In Pittsburgh tonight, Pitt State Gorillas push their game back against Fort Hays State with their first pitch scheduled for 7:30 p.m. So things are yet to get underway at Al Ortolani Field. If the rain holds off tonight, we'll give you a final score from that contest tonight at 10. Well, last night the Kansas City Chiefs made a trade with the Buffalo Bills in the first round of the NFL
Really
draft.
weakening.
The Chiefs and a lot of fans' wishes come true as they selected a new speedy wide receiver for the Chiefs offense. Well, here's a look at the Chiefs' current draft board. At the moment,
Hang on,
Chiefs
guys.
took Xavier Worthy out of the University of Texas last night with the 28th overall pick. Kansas City trades away their 3rd round pick to Buffalo. Here's what Chiefs Chiefs head coach Andy Reid had to say about the newest member of the Chiefs offense.
As you saw, we picked Xavier Worthy from Texas, wide receiver. We're glad to have him on board. We think he's a heck of a football player, number one. He does a few different things. He's a good wide receiver and also a good special teams returner. And he'll end up doing both to start things off with. So, and he'll just work into that rotation when we begin the wide receiver rotation with Hollywood and Rasheed and Kelsey and the other folks.
Well, in the Motor City this afternoon, right next to the NFL draft, Royals at Tigers, the top of the third. Might be one of the best plays in Royals history. As this ball is driven deep, and Adam Frazier leaps high, robs a two-run home run from Austin Meadows, and Frazier throws out the runner at second for a double play. And take another look at this one. What a catch over the fence there. Meadows, man, he just cannot believe he got doubled up on that play. So we head to the ninth inning now as the Royals lead 5-0. Bobby Witt Jr. steps up to the plate, and he comes through with a big hit in this one into the right field gap, and that scores 2 more runs for an RBI triple. Royals go on to win the opening game of the series against Detroit 8-0. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
All right, guys, so good news here. So, as I've mentioned, our cold front is retreating now. So the cell in northeast Oklahoma that's heading toward the Joplin Metro is just falling apart massively. I mean, look at this. I'll go back 30 minutes. You had a tornado warning so it's falling apart. So unless if we see some redevelopment, that is good news for the Metro. Let's go north. These guys are still going. They're closer to the front, so a little bit more unstable once you get into our northern counties. So we still have a tornado warning moving right across I-49 right now. About 3 or 4 miles south of Rich Hill. And this is going to push towards Shell City. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning for this guy, northern parts of Bourbon County. So he's strengthened, so the cell behind it. We'll see if these two merge. And then we have another strengthening cell behind it. So still want to watch these northern counties. Overall, the severe threat will start to drop. Here, I think mainly after 7. It's good news here that this guy has just petered out, so he's gone in northeastern Oklahoma. All right, so, Tonya, do you just want them to, I guess, pull the graphics on top of me?
Yeah, we've got 1:30 total, and I have a 9 preview. That's it.
Okay, so am I after the 9 preview?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're in a commercial break. I'm waiting for us to come out and then give a little recap, and then 6 o'clock we'll be done.
Yeah, well, I think you're not joining me, are you?
No, I'm going to stay over here. I get it. Yeah. It will hold off.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Not all of Pittsburgh's art walk canceled today. We're going to show you what still happened. Plus, we look into what's behind a drop in birth rates across the nation and what the latest inflation data shows for the month of March. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
All right, guys, so an update on our severe weather. We still have a tornado warning. Northern parts of Vernon County still holding on to the circulation pretty well. It's a lowering, so this is a radar-indicated tornado warning, meaning there's not a confirmed tornado on the ground, but the storm is rotating, so it can drop a tornado. It is just passing I-49 at this point in time in between Nevada and Rich Hill. Strengthening cell behind it, we'll see if these two merge across northern parts of Bourbon County. Another one, northern parts of Allen County, that we are also seeing strengthening. Now, the cells in northeastern Oklahoma, they have just really fallen apart. We'll see if we get any redevelopment, see if anything gets into the metro. But we're streaming on the KOAM News YouTube, so check it all out there.
And what time is kickoff for this weekend?
Kickoff 7 p.m. Plan is to have it outdoors at the moment, so if need be, they'll move it indoors.
All right, well, thanks for watching. We're going to see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.
Yeah, Christian, the Veneta storm, it took a dive real quick. I mean, it went from big rotation to really nothing, but we'll see if anything pops back up. It may, I mean, it would be in a hard recycle right now. Oh yeah, I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. We're doing IDs right now, so I got to be quiet for a second. Hang on, guys.
State football plays in their spring game. Well, the highlights tonight, 10.
All right, so what am I doing?
You are going to do the first half of the 9:30 update and and I don't know if you want to focus on tomorrow in those.
Tell them I'll do them later. I got a confirmed tornado now. So yeah, just tell them I'll do it later.
Yeah. Do you want me to do my part of it?
What are you doing?
Do you need to do your thing real quick?
Well, I'm still streaming. If you want, so I'll just talk until you talk, and then.
He's going to do mine. He's going to do his after he talks about his tornado thing. But I can do mine instead. You still got daylight if you want to send something.
No. Do not.
What are we doing this side or back after 10?
Confirmed tornado near Rich Hill.
Am I just doing a 5?
All right, guys, so we have confirmed tornado on the ground now, east of I-49,
The bottom half of the
2 or 3 minutes,
I didn't know what I was doing.
or 2 or 3 miles east of Rich Hill. Hang on, I'll talk more about this here shortly.
April showers didn't stop all of the Pittsburgh Art Walk. We take you there tonight at 10.
You got something else? Let's look at the velocities on this guy. Yeah, that's good rotation. Yeah, tell him I'll do IDs later. Yeah, that's good rotation. So we're looking just east of Rich Hill. Let's look at the correlation coefficients. You can see how they dropped here. See this?
I don't remember the numbers on this.
Right here. That shows right there, most likely a little bit of debris that is being thrown up. That color right there. Interesting.
A Southeast Kansas woman retires from Mercy Hospital, Columbus, after 30 years on the job. I don't think that's too long.
All right, so we're still getting our confirmed tornado, so on the ground. So this is east of Rich Hill. So we're looking at northeastern parts of Vernon County. Moving toward, there's not a whole bunch out there right now. Eventually Appleton City, Lindale will be in line of this. This cell strengthening behind it a little bit too. So that's something we got to watch. Well, at least it was strengthening. Let me look here. It's holding tight, but it's trying to get a little bit of a mesocyclone. Let's see here, that one behind that is strengthened too. So we just need to watch these three cells here, these three supercells. Hang on.
A Columbus woman retires after 30 years. We're going to take you to the parties right at 10.
Let's see. Let me look at the latest warnings. How many are you doing?
I'm doing the bottom half of the 9:30 update.
Okay.
Five, four, three, two. And April showers didn't stop the city of Pittsburgh from hosting all of Art Walk 2024. Join us for that and more on KOAM News at 10.
All right, guys, so we're going to watch these three cells. So we have our tornado warning, northeastern parts, Vernon County, southern parts of Bates County now. And we'll eventually push into St. Clair County. So this is pushing out of the viewing area. We have two more cells we want to watch, northern parts of Bourbon County and northeastern parts of Allen County. But this technically is officially out of the viewing area now that it's past Rich Hill, but it still has a tornado on the ground. Let's look at this one. Check this dude out. He died. He said, see you guys. Let me switch it over to composite. I mean, look how the top, so if you look outside, I'm looking at our tower cam right now. All this green across Joplin, that's the tops of the clouds. So right now we're looking pretty good. I'll watch these cells, northern parts of Bourbon County, southern Bates County, that is technically out of our viewing area. So we're east of Rich Hill. We'll see if this guy strengthens a little bit, but I think we can take a little bit of a break, and hopefully you won't see me again until tomorrow afternoon, because we're going to be streaming again tomorrow with severe weather. If any of these become tornadic in northern Bourbon County, I'll jump back on. But I think, guys, we're pretty much good for tonight. But you're probably going to have to hear my voice tomorrow and on Sunday. All right, guys.